Like he's shooting a fucking interview, dog. You know what I mean? Like who can get pressed in a fucking job, dog?
I think got a good paying job.
I mean, what are you good at, bro? Everything. Oh shit, we live. Hold on. Let's take it over to the. Let's send it over to the motherfucking goon squad. Fucking nosebleed seats.
Whoa. Hola. Saludos. Buenas tardes, amigos. Los saluda Azul de Hoodstocks y los invitamos a que opriman el like y suscríbanse a nuestro canal y fierro. Gracias.
Yeah, baby. There we go. I like that shit. Let's pop it back over to here real quick. Let's get this shit cracking, dog. Don't play with this shit. Let's go. It's game time, baby. On a Thursday evening, like, subscribe, slap your baby mama. She got that dumb look on her face again. Countless battles, I walk with no shadow. Yeah. Desert in sandal, the ghost with the candle. King of all crowns, rip the rattle off serpents. Blood I thirst, since I am the worst. Follow your footsteps, you have no footprint. I am the surface, you worthless purpose. The moon, the stars, I'm connected to darkness. Heads of marksmen, I've hunted the farthest. Village of troops, Molotov the roofs. Black Sunday service with Holocaust roots. Homo Kabbalah, black magic and balas. These AKs and hollows will leave you forgotten. This bottomless season, you looking for me, Mussolini, Gaddafi, the world cannot stop me. I'm legend, remember me? Gifted since birth, you were delivered in a hearse. Your mother and your father trade your soul for a curse. I'm a soldier, coming at you like a locomotive. Never knew I navigate the culture. Service at the tabernacle potion. The devil made my father, little spirit set beside me. My mother was a slave to 3 witches on the island. Ever cheat death? Ever wake up and can't catch one breath? Master of obstacles, the Nostradamus. I structure the continent, the director of operas. I swing my arms, I move the seas. I change the weather, 500 degrees. The god of chaos, I shed no pity. Come over for the seance. Hey, kitty. The ruler of your conscience. Yeah. In your head, I'm a monster. Take control of all your options. Yeah. There's no way you gonna stop this. The ruler of your conscience. Yeah. Where you gonna stop it? Yeah. Yes, sir. So goddamn funny, guys. Tired of overpaying for your herb? Hit up East LA Exotics. They specialize in bringing the finest herb and cannabis products at an unheard of low price. Check them out. They're located at 6009 East Olympic Boulevard in East Los Angeles, or you can check them out on IG at eastla.exotics, or you can call them up right now, 562-713-6484. Hoodstocks is also sponsored by Origin Bakery Equipment, your one-stop shop for all your bakery and restaurant equipment needs. Home-based to wholesale, commercial bakeries, new and used. Follow them on Instagram, Origin Bakery Equipment LLC. And they spell Origin, O-R-I-G-E-N, Bakery Equipment LLC. Or you can pull up on them. They're in South El Monte, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, sir. You can pull up on them with a spatula in your hand. Hold it like it's a strap or something. Saying, okay, never mind. Don't do that. They're located at 10441 Rush Street, South El Monte. And we're also sponsored by FB Counter USA. Punch in promo code Hoodstocks, and it's going to get you a discount, baby. Yes, sir. All right, this evening's guest has been out for 34 days. Hold on real quick, dog. Hold up real quick. This evening's guest has been out for 34 days after serving 29 years straight. God damn it. Woo. Out of Sun Valley, everybody give it up for Brian Lonely James, baby. Let's go. Welcome home, my G. Welcome home, brother. God damn it. It's a long vacation, homie.
It is.
Shit, where'd you go, dog? Travel? Did you go around the world, dog?
Yeah,
what I mean?
gated community.
Gated community. Fuck, bro. 29. You've been out. You know, bro, we've had a lot of dudes that were serving life and stretches and all the above, bro, when it comes to that genre of stuff, right? And most of the dudes have been out maybe for like a year, 6 months, 2 years. Bro, you are fresh out
34 fucking days, and you're still in a halfway house. Is that correct?
Yeah. So, I'm in a halfway house in downtown LA. At a stage in my life where traffic and laundry are still fun. Just, early stages of parole.
100%, brother.
Hell yeah.
Traffic and laundry, bro.
That's still fun.
Yeah, absolutely, bro. Some people that doesn't really register with their mind, but that's good because that means you've never been in this man's shoes, right? That's a good thing. But enjoy this story right here because this is real life. This isn't a movie. I mean, we can turn it into a movie, probably a lot of these podcasts, but this is a real life story from a real individual that's been out 34 days. I mean, I don't know why if I'm stressing it a little too much, dog, but to me, dog, that shit is crazy. 34 days out where he said traffic and laundry is fun. A point out of my life where traffic and laundry is fun, brother. I mean, talk to us, bro.
Well, I went in when I was 16 years old. Here we are, 29 years. I'm basically essentially 34 years old out here in society. Learning new things. At the halfway house we're out to, we take walks to the store. We take a walk to the mall. We'll go to a Dodger game, just slowly. Every trip out there, you get a little more confidence walking the streets.
Nervous. It's nerve-wracking.
They call it the decompression stage.
And explain that.
Essentially, you walk out of prison after that amount of time. There's men in the house that have been 45 years, 32 years. You're in shock. Everything's new. Nothing was the same when I went out there. Cell phones. When I went in, nobody had a computer. The cell phones were those big brick phones, and the only person I knew that had that was the baller. So everything's new.
Real quick, what was it like walking into a crowded place after all that time?
Surprisingly, I didn't. It didn't bother me too much. About a year prior to going home, I started mentally preparing myself for the streets. Okay. It was awkward at first, but I wouldn't say there was any extreme difficulty. No PTSD or anything kicked in. I went to a Dodger game. I was surrounded by 50,000 people.
Damn.
And the people that took me kept saying, "If you need a moment, if you need to walk out," it never happened.
Well, because they presented a challenge to you, and you've been probably presented a lot of challenges through 29 years in the roughest prison system in we'll say the U.S.
And I could say the most difficult things that will ever happen to me in my life, they've already happened. So everything after this is, I know I can deal with it.
It's dessert.
It's dessert.
I mean, if not, that's not the right word. There's probably a better analogy.
It's a walk in the park.
Yeah.
It's literally a walk in the park.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
With trees.
With trees.
And birds.
Well, there's birds in the yard too, bro. Got those birds that be shitting on motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Damn, bro. What was the first thing, what was the first thing, bro, that, just initially coming out? We talked about, you went to a Dodger game. What was the first thing that just initially which it was involved in the decompression stage, bro, coming out? What was the first thing on your mind? Seeing family, eating something, walking to an open place without cuffs on you? What was the first initial hit you thought?
Just walking out there, you take the van out, they drop you off at the parking lot, and to see my mom, my sister, and my nephew. My mom rode these entire 29 years with me, just to see the joy on her face, to be able to give her a hug, to be able to give my sister a hug. That evening, I went with my fiance. We went to the beach. I woke up in a prison cell, and I was on Runyon Beach on the sand, on the water that night.
Wow.
Yeah.
And Runyon sand is basically when the sun's coming down, all the Runyons start popping up out of the water.
Yeah.
Was it that time, or was that just the name of the beach?
It was that time. There were people running down the beach with buckets. Yeah.
Wow, dog.
Yeah.
God damn it, bro.
Yeah.
That's too fucking surreal, bro. You know what I mean? That is just waking up in a jail cell, bro. Now you're sitting on a beach with your fiance, and we'll get into that, how long, the logistics of your relationship with your fiance. But 29 years, bro, had to start from somewhere. right?
Right.
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna rewind the cassette tape, the beta, the VHS, which you remember, right? Yeah. Now you got this thing. Since you've been here, you haven't been able to stop. You know what I mean? God damn it, this shit is too much fun.
Yes, it is.
A lot of shit going on, a lot of responsibility with this little thing right here. You know, how did we get to this point that you're sitting here at this table now, bro? 34 days out after doing 29 years in the penitentiary, bro. Like, what set you off on that journey, that path?
Well, I grew up with two parents that struggle with drug addiction. Heroin consumed my family tree. I didn't understand addiction as a child. So when my mom was able to care for me, my dad wasn't around, I thought there was something wrong with me. As a young child, I'm questioning what's wrong with me. So living in that environment, which was difficult, which was tough, at 9 years old, I was adopted by my grandparents.
I know.
And there's a specific moment that I can recall at 9 years old. I was sitting in the hallway. My grandfather was talking to a social worker or somebody. And I don't know the context of the conversation, but I recall him saying, Brian doesn't have anybody else in the world. And I've always identified that as the moment the world lost me.
How old were you?
I was 9 years old.
9 years old.
And that's when I would say the seed of hatred, aggression was planted in my heart. You know, I continued to nurture that. I continued to think about that. I developed hatred towards my mom, towards my dad, who ultimately died of a heroin addiction. So I went out in 6th and 7th grade. I was seeking out the love and attention that I felt was missing from my life. So when I seen the cholos in the school, I heard them calling each other family, you know, primo. I wanted that. I wanted it bad. So I affiliated myself with them. I made it a point to be next to them. I studied, I learned, I watched, and I began adopting that style.
Adopting that style because you basically, you know, came not necessarily victim of the environment, but that's basically what it is. I mean, this is what's going on around you, and you wanted a part of that because you were looking for.
And that goes
fill
to show
that hole, right?
Exactly, and that goes to show how strong the belief system is because I didn't need that. My grandparents lived in North Hills in a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom. So I traveled to where the neighborhood was at, you know, looking for that love. They filled me up. They gave me everything I needed, so I believed at that time.
So how did you know that area right there? Were you initially in that area, or did you just met people that were in that area? Or, I mean, how did that?
The school that I went to was just packed with neighborhoods with gangs. So it was an easy transition.
Okay. The school that you went to in North Hills.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's what I was trying to figure out right there, bro.
Exactly. And this is a time, I want to say like 3 years earlier when they started the busing system. So we had people busing in from Compton, Watts, South Central into the Valley.
What year was that?
This is 91.
Oh, shit,
91.
The 90s
Yeah.
was cracking.
Yeah. The year of the Primo and the AK-47. That's what they called it. You know?
Yeah.
The Primo and the AK-47.
Yeah.
The P-Dog?
Yeah, the 90s.
Yeah. And so you start traveling out that way, bro, getting involved with certain individuals, and we're talking about Sun Valley now, right?
Sure.
Yeah. Talking Sun Valley. And so let me just ask you this question, bro, because I asked it all, and I talk about mine as well, bro. Your nationality?
Yes.
Origins?
White.
White.
Sure.
Okay. And so, I mean, back then, I guess it was all gang infested around everywhere, bro, right? Yeah. It was gang infested everywhere, especially during that time, bro. I mean, that shit was in style. That shit was popping. I mean, it was just like the new, it was the Dr. Dre's, it was the Snoops,
Sure.
It was all that shit. I mean, it was fly to be that, you know.
Yeah. That was the Chronic and Doggy Style and all that came out, yeah.
Absolutely. You know what I mean? So, I mean, that shit was in fashion like a motherfucker, towing a strap and being that motherfucker, dog. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That was the shit right there, dog. And so you were drawn to it. You were drawn to it, like you said, you know, at 9 years old, bro, which was presented to you, bro, just made you lose all hope, so to speak, huh?
In my mind, yeah, this is my thought process. I mean, my mother loved me, but she had her own struggles. I didn't understand that at the time. I didn't know the nature of addiction. My grandparents loved me. But in my mind, I had already developed an idea that they're taking me in only because they had to. This is the stuff that I'm playing out inside my head. It's not the reality, but this is what I'm playing out in my head.
And we do that to ourselves too as kids, bro. You know what I mean? Like we will, and I'll speak for myself on this, but any reason we can give ourselves to feel sorry for ourselves and say, fuck it, I'm gonna do the opposite of what I, know better to do, so to speak, right?
Absolutely.
And that life, bro, during that time, bro, those dudes were having too much fun. I seen them dudes before I got in my hood. I was just like, damn, I want to be in that car too.
Yeah, it was intoxicating.
Yeah.
You see them walking through the school, the crowds are partying. All the girls want them. They got the cars, they got the money. I needed that.
So you went out and got that.
I went out and got that.
Went out and got that.
Hell yeah.
And what transpired after when you went out and got that? Now you are a gang member.
I never been a step inside and crack the door. I always been a kick the door down and run up in there type of dude. I've never half stepped on anything. So as soon as I was there, okay, I'm in. I'm a part of them. So now I got to let them know that their loyalty and it's justified. Their acceptance of me is justified. So now I got to do something. I got arrested for an armed robbery at 15 years old. That was early on. We were just walking down the street after school. I was with a couple of the homies and just walked up on this dude and knocked him out and took his bike.
Yeah.
Damn.
No reason. He didn't do nothing. Didn't do anything to me. It's just me trying to make a name for myself.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So that was my first arrest, my first trip to juvenile hall. I'm so sick in the mind at that time. I was so excited to go to juvenile hall.
Absolutely.
And it was an education for me. I continued to get arrested, weapons, vandalism, assault, battery on a police officer. I was going to camp. I was going to juvenile hall. I didn't stay out more than a month at a time.
One thing about, and I can speak in regards to myself as well, because my pops is a Jew, my mom's Mexican, right? But, when you're around, like, the homies, especially back then, you're kind of like a, little bit of different, right? A little bit of different.
Absolutely.
And I noticed, because there's a lot of my homies, bro, that are like that, you know what I mean? They might be all white, half white, Mexican, this, that, whatever, you know what I mean? And those dudes, for some reason, those dudes as in me and those dudes, would always try to go the extra mile, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. You got a little more to, little more to prove, it seems like it.
Yeah, even absolutely.
Yeah.
No, absolutely, you're right. And I didn't necessarily feel any pressure from like the homies. It was my own conviction, feeling that I needed to overcompensate.
Absolutely.
And it was my character. Like I said, I moved fast. I moved aggressive. I didn't play with it.
And do you mind saying what neighborhood it was?
It was the Diablos.
Diablos.
Yeah.
Sun Valley Diablos?
Yes.
Okay. And those were them dudes back then. Yeah. Absolutely. And so just having this aggressive nature sounds like it sets you up for, not the best, not the greatest journey.
Yeah. Well, in through introspection in myself, spending time taking inventory of my life, I took note that the drugs that I was using at the time, because my drug use was evolving along with the crimes.
What kind of drugs were you using?
It started off with drinking, smoking weed like most people, and it's it's fighting, robberies.
Yeah, it becomes a part of the high.
Yeah. And then it seemed like meth just rocked the valley at that time. And
shit, my hood too, baby.
Yeah. And we ended up picking that up, and that's when the weapons, that's when the guns and the knives started coming out, and it led to October 22nd. When the murder happened on my crime.
Okay, so you were convicted of a murder, and how did that? I'm not going to ask for details unless you want to share the story, bro. It's up to you. Some guys have, some guys, rather not, and I respect it all. This isn't Vlad TV, but these are dudes that have been arrested for the crime and done the time already, right? So. It was was it a gang involving gang
Sure.
gang stuff?
Yes.
You catch a hot one, and how old are we at the time?
16. This is in 1994.
16 years old.
Yeah.
Okay.
It happened at a house party. There was a dispute at a house party, and a fight broke out. Like at the time, all house parties. You know how that goes.
Yeah.
Shit to this day, bro.
Yeah. And someone ended up getting stabbed, and he died.
Okay.
This man was undeserving of that. It's just to show how sick and twisted the thought process is. At the time, this is something that we were proud of. These are stripes. These are badges of honor. That's not the case. That's not how I look at it today. I understand today a mother had to close a casket on her son. And that's something that I live with. That's something I'm not proud of. That's a guiding point in my life today. Understanding what I did, the pain that I caused.
Yeah. That's deep, bro. And that's real. And you've had a lot of time to reflect on that crime that you were convicted for.
And it took me a long time to get there. I had no idea. I spent years saying the judge did me wrong. My attorney railroaded me. They snitched on me. I never pointed the finger at myself. Never took any kind of responsibility for what I did. I blamed everybody else until I began to learn in 2016 when I began taking groups, trying to educate myself, trying to build some emotional intelligence and understand myself.
So let's not jump too far ahead.
Mm-hmm.
16 years old, you're getting put in back of a cop car.
Sure.
I mean, was this the same night or was this?
We got arrested the next morning. I didn't know exactly how it happened, but I remember looking through the newspapers the next morning. I'm looking in the metro section. I wanted to see if somebody died. I didn't know how it played out. I know he was wounded bad, and then I got a phone call from one of my homeboys, and he said they got everybody in the police station. Let's run. And I had just come off the run. I had just 3 months on the run, and I don't know if you've been on the run, but that's an exhausting experience.
Hell yeah.
So I wasn't ready to run. I was at my grandparents' house that day. We went out to eat. I was with my sister, and I told him something happened last night. I didn't give him any details, but I told him something happened. On our way back, we turned the corner to the street, seen Channel 5 News, Channel 11 News, and the whole street was just lined with cops. Pulled into the driveway, they circled me, cuffed me, took me to Foothill.
Yeah. That's interesting, man. Because shit, when I was that age, bro, I was fucking running and everything else. You know what I mean? But you, for some reason, in your mind, like you expressed, you came off a run prior to that, but you didn't want to run, bro. I mean, it's such a natural instinct in a situation like that to fucking run, bro. I mean, did you feel that you had? I mean, that you were going to be cool on the case? People were getting round up. You weren't too worried, or were you just like, you know what, fuck it?
Let me say, I got out of juvenile hall on a Thursday. I got arrested for this on Monday.
Okay.
The party where this event happened was a celebration of me getting out.
Wow.
So, and when I went to juvenile hall, my property was still there.
Was your fucking bed still made up, bro? God damn it! They didn't even fill your fucking bunk or cell, dog.
It was still warm.
He'll be back.
It was still warm.
They still had his floor.
The bunk was still warm.
God damn it, bro.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, at that point, you were just kind of like out on a little weekend vacation, and it's time to go back home. I mean, how was your living situation getting out for only those few days? Did you have a place to live?
Sure. I was staying with my grandparents at the time.
Okay.
Yeah.
But but that age though, bro, you know what I mean? It's an unstoppable fucking age when a young a kid gets his mind set. I mean, really, bro, and especially during that time, and especially the way you're describing yourself as an individual, bro. I mean, there's no change in your thought process. I mean, you're going to do what the fuck you're going to do, and everybody on the sidelines is going to hope and pray that you come out of it in one piece, right? That love you, right?
Yeah.
Grandparents.
Yeah, I mean, they sat in the back of the courtroom. the judge says, I don't know why you don't have to live this life. Look at your grandparents. Look at your home. But at that time, my head was so hard. I went straight home, shaved my head, threw on my Ben Davis, grabbed the strap, and ran straight to the street.
Yeah, you didn't give a fuck.
Damn.
I was in it.
Couldn't wait to see the homies. You out.
That's it.
Yeah.
I wanted, that welcome home jail worship.
Yeah.
You live for that.
Yeah, 100%, bro. You live for that shit. Greatest things, bro, is getting out of the pen and knowing everyone knows you're getting out.
Yeah.
And it's buzzing through the neighborhood.
And this, especially if you're a kid starving for attention, you're starving for that love, that stuff that you were devoid of growing up. That'll push you to do crazy things.
Shit. I feel that, dog, like a motherfucker, dog. Yeah. And so, you pull in the driveway, they fucking cuff you up. I mean, what did they tell you, man? We got him. You going down, bro. You ain't ever getting out.
Well, they actually said, this is just a probation search.
Yeah.
So,
it's a lot of cops.
Yeah. As soon as, they drove me to the police station and I turned the corner and, they got the bench. 6 homies are cuffed up on the bench. And I just leaned over and I just said, everybody just shut the fuck up. Don't say nothing. We're good. And the detective leaned around the corner. He said, listen to him and you're going to go to jail for life with him.
Damn.
Yeah.
God damn it. Trying to calm the crowd at 16 years old.
That's unheard of.
God, motherfucking settle your little asses down. I see the look in your eye, little motherfucking.
Well, we're young. I mean, we're 16. I understood that some people hadn't gone through the fire yet and were not completely built. I had done, the juvenile hall, the camp, so a little bit hard. And I'm not going to say, I was all steel at that time, but
I mean, you were laced up, dog, comparison to the cats that hadn't been through that you've already had your somewhat of a foot on the neck a little bit, right? You've been under the pressure of court, you've been handcuffed, you've been in a cell, you've taken the ride to camp, you know what I mean? Like, you've experienced some things, dog, at a young age.
Yeah.
The kids at this point just hear it in the rap music and see it in movies, right? So you got, I mean, mentally, you know what I mean? You get one up on them, probably a couple of them.
And I knew what I had signed up for. I knew what I signed up for, and I was gonna ride it to wherever it went.
How many of your homeboys did they scoop up all together?
I think they grabbed 10 of them, and 4 of us were charged with the murder. Three of us stayed juvenile, 2 went adults. They were 18.
Okay, and so they grabbed as many people from that party as possible, for one thing, to get as much information.
Sure.
And so, I mean.
And it's a house party. So there's a line around the corner of people pointing fingers and telling. It's a house party. We did it in a street of 100 people.
Yeah, the neighbor's cat was there. You know what I mean? Yeah, bro. It's fucking ridiculous. Like, what the fuck is that? You know what I mean? You got a cat on the fucking stand.
On the witness list.
On the witness stand. You know what I mean? Fool's pointing a paw. You motherfucker. Yeah. That's what you should not kick that cat walking in that party.
Shit.
Excuse my horrible sense of humor, brother. So you guys are going to fucking juvenile halls. You got a court case, bro. What is the court? What is the case? I mean, they initially told you it was a probation search, bro. Now that you're in there, you realize. I mean, you knew it from the gate, dog, right? That you knew that, hey, this is what it is. But what was the actual charge on your shit now? When did you get those charges? Like, okay, this shit just got real.
Well, there was an officer at the time that was assigned to our neighborhood who was obsessed with us. So, he came in and, that's it, San Quentin, Folsom for the rest of your life, slammed the door, let me marinate for about 5 hours.
LAPD or sheriff?
It was Foothill Police Division, yeah. Okay. So, I mean, I know the process. They're going to come in and they're going to let you sit for 5 hours. They're going to come in and yell at you, and that was the case. He came in showing me pictures. Everybody's telling on you, and I'm not saying nothing. So he goes, "Oh, you want to be a hard ass and not say nothing?" He cuffed me up and he put me beside a wall, and he made me listen as he told my grandparents, "Your grandson's not going home today. We just charged him with murder."
God damn it.
Yeah.
Shit.
That's fucking crazy.
It's a fucked up phone call to get.
Yeah.
But then again, with them kind of, dealing with your crazy ass at the time.
Yeah.
I mean, let's be real, it probably wasn't very surprising to them.
Yeah. Regardless of everything, in their eyes, I've never done a thing wrong in my life.
Okay.
They've since passed.
R.I.P.
Yeah, but yeah, so they were, their loyalty was the homeboy and homegirl I've always wanted in my life.
Wow.
You know.
Okay.
So yeah, and they knew that. You know, like I said, this officer was obsessed with us, so he knew my relationship, my attachment with my grandparents, and he knew where to sting me.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that was brutal, bro.
That shit was personal.
Yeah. And so, where are we going from there, brother?
The back of the car. 3 of us went to Sylmar Juvenile Hall. The other 2 went to the LA County Jail. We went to court the next day for our arraignment. I read the statements. I knew I was done. So when I went to court, the judge asked me, "How do you want to plead?" I said, "Guilty," because I wanted life as a juvenile. I was going to get out at 25.
Yeah.
Because I knew they're going to try to try me as an adult. The judge said, "You can't plead guilty." "How do you plead?" "Guilty." You know, they wouldn't allow me to do it. So they tried me as an adult, and they sent me to East Lake. At the time, they have a compound now in juvenile hall. That's where they send young people convicted of murder, attempted murder, things like that. But at that time,
Oh yeah, the little compound in Sylmar.
Sure,
That's
yeah.
With the cages, a lot of people.
yeah, at that time they had just broke ground on it. But
Oh shit.
so when you get tried as an adult, you go to East Lake, and that's where I went to KL.
Yeah, you go to KL or Eminem,
Yeah.
or really KL, right?
Yeah, 95 people, 95 from 13 to 17 years old, all fighting murder. Every last one of us.
You had that orange jumpsuit and
Yeah,
shit?
yeah, the orange jumpsuit.
Fuck.
Crease it up with the comb for
Yeah.
Sunday, put it under the mattress. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
God, man.
How long did it take? That's kind of interesting, bro. That maybe if you'd have played it different and said not guilty, but being the fact that, I mean, you hit him like that, bro. I mean, how many dudes do that, bro? Probably a small percentage.
Yeah.
But they are those ones. You can look it up on YouTube, and there's fools laughing in the courtroom, flipping off the fucking DA, doing
Yeah.
shit like that while they're getting sentenced. And so off the rip, bro, they're going to try you as an adult at 16 years old. Are they going to string the case out until you're, I mean, how does that actually work, bro? I mean, what is the technical?
Yeah, so you're going to court about once every 2 months. You know, you're building your case, you're interviewing witnesses. It took about a year to ultimately to go to trial.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So at 17, you're getting convicted.
Yeah, at 17, we go to trial.
I mean, but what was their decision on trying you as an adult at 16?
Well, there were 5 criterias. Your record, which at that point was horrible. The seriousness of the crime, which, capital murder is as serious as it gets. What they believe, whether you could be rehabilitated or not, and thank you. And they believed I couldn't. This is a time when the phrase was coined super predator. They were calling us super predators. They were saying if these kids are committing murders at 16, just imagine what they're going to do at 25. They're super predators. We got to put them away and lock them away forever.
And so that determines being tried as an adult.
Yeah. Basically, they say that there's no get backs for this kid. He's done.
Yeah, they're saying at the moment of time, there's no therapy, there's nothing that we can do for this kid, that if we let him out anytime soon, that he's not going to commit a horrific crime like this again.
Yeah.
So at this point, they're just like, man, we got to lock this fucking kid away as long as we can.
Yeah, for good. I mean, there were commercials at the time. I think it was Gray Davis saying, if you have a life sentence, you're done. You're not coming home. A life sentence means a life sentence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so you tried as an adult, you're convicted at 17. I mean, you said it took a year, bro, for them to really get you to the final court date,
Yeah.
right? And you're basically just along for the ride.
Yeah.
Cause you already told them, you weren't trying to fight the case.
Well, in the beginning we were, but there were so many witnesses, so many people came up. So I shot for a crime of passion, because it was a fight that took place, know. But no, it was a no-go. It wasn't happening.
Yeah. Being the fact that there were so many fucking witnesses, It doesn't matter what you said or how you, if you try to dress it up and make it look pretty, there was nothing pretty about it because there were so many fucking eyes and there's so many people speaking on it. So you're convicted. What do they convict you for?
They convict me of second-degree murder and assault with a deadly weapon. And I remember at the time of trial, you know, a lot of people in trial, you know, are drug addicts, you know, dope fiends, gang members showing up on the stand because it's the type of people I surround myself with. These are the type of people at the party. And I'll never forget what the DA said. He said, when a crime happens in hell, you can't expect angels for witnesses. When he dropped that line right there, I said, yeah, we're sunk. You know, I tapped my crime and said, we're done.
Yeah.
We're done. They cooked us, you know.
That's a cold line right there.
Yeah.
They need to put that in the movie.
Yeah.
Probably your movie, dog.
I know.
Shit.
Yeah.
That's a cold one right there. I wonder how many times he's been able to use that motherfucker right there. But it makes sense because if you have a jurors and everybody else in there, like on that side, it makes sense on that side to say something like that because some people were like, well, you know, how are we gonna look at this guy? This guy's tore the fuck up. I mean,
yeah.
he's still got his front 10-speed wheel on him because he don't want no one to steal his bike. You know what I mean? What the fuck? But and then they hit you with that one right there, and that was a kick in the nuts, a finger in the ass, and everything else, dog. You know what I mean?
You could just see the jury looking like,
He just puckered up on that one, like, whoa, got him.
Yeah, got him. And that was his closing statement. That was the last thing he said. And he closed, and the jury went to deliberate.
And so during this time, while you're fighting this case and up to getting convicted of this case, I mean, what's going through your mind, bro, as a child that, you know, is going through that, bro? I mean, what's going on in your mind? You're just like, fuck it, man, this is the life, this is what it's about, you know what I mean? Bop, 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 I did my thing, put another stripe on my motherfucking shit, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I mean, at the time, this is the county jail, you're talking, you know, 94, 95.
Yeah. So you're in LA County at 16, 17 years old?
No, at 17, but about 2 months before my 18th birthday, but I was in there at 17.
Okay.
Yeah. And you don't have time to think. You're fully engaged in every minute, you know. So
Absolutely.
There's no reflection period, and I wasn't necessarily looking for that at the time. As twisted as it may sound, I was somewhat excited about it. This is the big leagues. This is where you want to. This is where you want to be. You know, the guys that I look up to now, I'm surrounded by them, and the process repeats itself all over. I'm still looking for the love. I'm looking for the acceptance. I want to belong. The same process that from the neighborhood on the street, it applied there. You just got to start it all over again. And I had the blueprint from the street. I know how to get it, you know, pure aggression, violence, apply it. So there was no reflection period at that point. And, you know, there were drugs involved at the time. You know, I'm using at the time. Okay. This is how I'm dealing with, you know, the stress and the worry. You know, this is how I'm coping with it.
Absolutely. And so you're sentenced. And where are we going from there?
So, you know, we hopped on the prison bus, and the funniest thing on the prison bus, literally, you know, you're going to reception in Wasco. We left in the nighttime, and on the bus they're playing AC/DC Highway to Hell. No bullshit.
That had to feel good, bro.
You know, I'm balancing with my chains like,
I'm on my way to highway to hell.
Yeah.
Bunch of motherfucking cholos just fucking banging out. You know what I mean? Bunch of gangsters.
Yeah, but the cold thing, that bus to prison, it's quiet. People are looking out that window. Yeah. I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I wasn't afraid. You know, you're going into the unknown with a life sentence, so you know you're going to a dangerous spot.
Especially during those times, bro.
Yeah.
No motherfucking joke, bro. You go to reception. Where do you go? Delano, Wasco? Yeah,
I went to Wasco. I was only there for about a month and a half. I remember, you know, I went in, and this is the time when, you know, they have a 180 classification and a 270. The 180 was designed basically for gang-related murders, you know, young people coming up, or violent murders and shoe kickouts. The 270s were people that had kind of been out of trouble, maybe about 3 years. You get a little more freedom. So I talked to my counselor, and he says, I'm going to try to put you for a 270 because you're so young. And hopefully you don't go to Salinas Valley because it just opened, and they're butchering people over there. 3 days later, they put a bag in front of my door that says Salinas Valley 180, you know.
That's fucked up.
You know, it's crazy because if I can remember correctly, it seemed like dudes with stretches were always in fucking, well, I've always gone to Delano, but it seemed like they always took longer to get to a prison yard, you know, but they had you out within a fucking month, bro.
Yeah.
And so you get this bag, Salinas Valley, And here you go. You're on the Grey Goose, baby. Yeah. You're fucking headed up there, bro. I mean, what is your first initial impression of this new hotel that you're going to be spending the rest of your life in?
Yeah.
You know, is that at this point in time, is it just like, I get it, bro. I get the mentality because I've been there, bro. Yeah. But at this point in time, dog, like, you know what I mean? Like, is life still not worth anything? Like, this is what life is now. Fuck it. Let's go.
Yeah. I remember just getting there. I worked myself up. I psyched myself up to prepare myself. And when you go to the 180s, it's a huge wall, and just the door opens, you take a step in and you're on the yard. And it was crazy, man. I remember, you know, this one homie that, he was a good dude. He was from West Covina. I remember he walked up and he shook my hand, and I remember thinking, this dude's fist is bigger than my head. You know?
Yeah.
He's been in prison longer than I've been alive. Fuck. You know, he escorted me over to, you know, where the homies at. You just start meeting people, you know? And it was intense. It was a scary time. You could feel it on the yard, you know?
Tension.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anxiety, tension. You know, maybe things ain't, you know, moving properly on the yard. And when they ain't, boy, can you feel that shit. And
this is me going in with, you know, I didn't have any schooling at the time. But you feel it. You know there's stuff going on. You see the conversations, you see the movement. It's a lot. It's a lot.
Shout out to the people that don't know how to read a room sometimes. Imagine.
Yeah.
There's some people, bro, that cannot read a room.
Yeah.
Like, bro, you just walked in, you can see there's some like tension, there's argument going on. And you had that silly ass joke that you said that nobody laughed at. Anyways.
Those people in prison leaving body bags. You know, you don't read a room, you're gone. You know.
Ooh.
Yeah. You're gonna lead if you don't read it, you're gone. It's dangerous.
Yeah, you can't be clueless on a motherfucking in a jungle, dog.
Yeah.
You clueless in a jungle, boy, you're gonna be missing a limb.
Yeah.
Like you said, potentially maybe going out in a body bag, dog. So I mean, walking onto a 180 yard. Let's talk about walking onto a 180 yard, because we got the, you know, regular yards, you know, 1s, 2s, 3s, and then we jump up to a 270, a 180, 4 yard. And so people sometimes don't understand the concept of a 270 or 180. A 180 yard, how would you explain that walking onto that yard?
A 180 yard is secure. There's not much movement. You don't open any doors. Everything is automatic. The officers open every door. To get from the yard to your cell, you're going to go through about 4 doors automatically to get there, as opposed to a 270 where they pop it, you control your door. In a 180, everything is brought to you. You don't go anywhere. And it's designed because of the caliber of people that are there. You know, these are our elite gang members. These are dangerous people. So the movement is very, very controlled.
Very controlled. So,
or at least they try. You know, this is at a time the officers open the door and we're in charge of everything after that. That's the way we looked at it.
You don't let these motherfuckers out their cages.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah.
Good luck on getting them back in there.
Yeah.
You better hope everything's running good around this bitch.
Yeah.
And so you go to the yard, homeboy from West Covina hits you up. His fist is bigger than your motherfucking hand, bro. Yeah. You know what I mean? And you just like, all right, you know what I mean? I mean, bro, you a baby, homie. Yeah. You know what I mean? I went to the pen for the first time when I was 18 years old, 17 to 18 from East Lake to whatever. But I was once upon a time the youngest homie on the yard. You know what I mean?
That was me.
That was
at that time. Nowadays, there's youngsters everywhere, but that time, I don't think there was anybody under 30. There might have been 3 or 4 of us.
Wow.
Were you a smaller homie or big? Were you big?
Yeah, I've always had the size on me, and, you know, I was a workout fanatic, so, you know, I was busting down daily, so.
Yeah, we got to watch out with K9, because anytime anyone has tight pants on around here, dog, he's checking out the glutes, dog. He's like, hey, dog, you do squats, dog? You do squats, dog?
He hits the gym every day. He was telling me earlier, you know?
Yeah.
So, shout out to K9 sitting shotgun today, or sitting cherry today, baby. Yeah, we got him in the car seat, dog. You give it up for K9, baby.
I'm in the hot seat, bro.
In the hot seat. Just take it easy, baby. Don't make me nervous, K9. Don't make me nervous, please. You go into a cell, bro. You get escorted to the yard. You go to the block. Do you remember your first cellie, bro? And you ain't got to say his name or anything like that.
Yeah, he was from Ventura, from the Avenue.
Was he a good dude, bro?
Good dude, man. Good dude. I learned, like, he had already had about 15 years down. Solid dude. Yeah.
I mean, you got a baby. You've been down 15 years. Obviously, he's a lot older than you at the time.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, was he doing life?
No. I think he had like 9 years or something like that.
9 years left?
Left, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so you get in your cell and he knows, baby, that you a baby, and you know when the young homies come through like that, it's like, all right. I mean, there's pressure too.
Yeah.
Because, bro, you're not on a fucking 1 yard or 2 yard or a 3 yard, dog. There's pressure to being that young, dog, and going in those doors and being in that environment with these professional ass dudes that have been for instance, your cellie down 15 years, bro. Yeah. Like. What kind of did you feel any pressure? How did you feel walking into the cell, adapting to the program, bro? What was the process?
I was hungry for information. I knew I needed to survive, so I asked a lot of questions, and thankfully he was open to telling me. I remember at the time Salinas Valley had just opened, so buses are coming from Pelican Bay, they're coming from high desert. So he told me we're gonna war for probably about 3 years, for territory on this yard, for tables, for handball courts. And I'm thinking, damn,
It's on the cracking.
Yeah,
it's nerve-wracking a little bit.
Yeah, and I remember he told me two things. He said, this is the Sureño motto: walk slow, think fast, and hit hard.
Hell yeah.
He told me also, be a gentleman until it's time to be a savage. I remember those were the two lessons that he taught me early on.
Yeah.
And you can't prepare anybody for what I was about to experience, but he did his best.
Yeah. And so, were you at war for those 3 years? I mean, how was it right there living there at the time? As days, months, years progress. I mean, going forward from that.
Yeah. It was about my second week that I walked out to yard. The homie from Covina pulls me over. We're leaning against the handball wall, and he leans over. He goes, "Look over there." And I'm watching, and I see some they're playing baseball, and I see this guy come up behind another dude with the bat, and he swung the bat. I'm talking like a home run swing, and just hit him in the base of his neck.
Fuck.
The dude dropped, and as soon as he dropped, two guys got on top of him and just started digging him out with bone crushers. I'm talking 9 foot. And at this time, this is what's going through my head. Everything inside me, I'm only 2 weeks in prison. Everything inside me wants to look away. This is shocking my system, but I remember thinking to myself, you better watch this, motherfucker, because this is your life. This is your life now. Don't you look away. You watch this. This is your life. This is how you're going to live. And in hindsight, I realized in that moment, and this is a cold concept, this is when I embraced hopelessness. This is when I literally embraced hopelessness and the fact that this is my life and I'm going to die in here. And that's a terrible feeling. That's a black hole to climb into that I wish on no man.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, bro. To have that cross your mind at time, I mean, that was a big. I mean, we've talked about having pivotal points through this part of your journey, but that right there is when it really resonated with you of what the fuck is.
Yeah, that was the before and the after point. It was 2 days after that I went to the yard and I told the homie from Covina, he had some status in the yard. I told him I want to put a Sureño on my face. I'm white. I don't want to get confused. Plus, I want it to be known what I'm representing. He said, that's something you got to earn. Wait. I went back to my cell that night and I put it on my face. Put it on top of my eye. I put a 13 on the other side. And I walked out to yard. He's like, you little motherfucker. You got to earn it. I said, I'm ready to earn it. Hand me something. Let's go.
Hell yeah.
And he said, relax, man. Your turn's going to come. 3 days later it came. He said, you ready? It's time to go. And that's when I went on my first one. This is probably about 2 months in. And this is me, just, it wasn't solicited. I wasn't asked. They had me to the side. Shut your ass up and just listen, observe and learn something. But, the type of person that I am, this knucklehead, raising my hand, let's go,
I I think that's really interesting, bro, that you kind of understood. We talked about reading the room. You understand what's around you, bro. And that man, that's a different kid right there, if you ask me, approaching, the older homie that's, putting you up on game. You got to fill in the rapport, right? And you're like, hey, I want to put this on my face because I don't want to be confused as being white on this yard. I mean, that was something that was concerning you at the time.
Yeah.
That's deep, dog. Straight up.
Yeah. And here's the cool thing about it. I was working in the kitchen at the time, and it was war. We were going at it with the African Americans at the time, and the white boys were going at it with the Northerners. I worked in the kitchen. The officers were not familiar with me yet. All they seen was I lived with the homie, but they seen a bed card that was white, and I was a cook, so they would open my door at 5 a.m. And the homie said, they're gonna accidentally open your door. They knew, So, they had me, I was armed, I was ready in case the day came. The second day, sure enough, 5 a.m, the door racked. They rack it a little bit for work. I get ready, I give my celly a hug. He said, I'm gonna go with you. I said, I can't. As soon as you walk out, the tower sees you, he's gonna know, I gotta do this. So I walked out. As soon as I turned the corner to go, they were on me. I'm a rookie at this time. It's still in my pocket, I got hit 27 times right there in the rotunda in Salinas Valley.
God damn.
Yeah. Wow. This is 8 months in prison at this point.
Okay.
Oh, 8 months in already?
Hold on. Let's do this.
God damn.
Let's do this. So they knew that you were going to potentially, your cell was going to get racked by accident, and you were going to get released with the whites. Is that correct?
Yeah, we're looking ahead because, like I said, I'm new, but the homies had the foresight to know these mistakes happen. Yeah. They're not familiar with you yet. They don't know you. You haven't developed any kind of rapport or reputation. I'm a ghost at that point.
No, you hear about shit like that happening all the time when you're up there, but it's like, damn,
and it was an accident.
Is it gonna be my cell or is it gonna be like the neighbors? Like you hear about shit like that, but fucking,
and so they knew that this was gonna happen. You knew this was gonna happen. You were ready. You were prepared. The boots are laced up, bro. And when you go out, are you in the bottom tier, top tier?
I'm in the bottom tier, in the corner, right under the stairs.
Okay. And so when you get out, who are you seeing? Who's in front of you?
I turn the corner and you walk out of the pod and you walk into it's a small rotunda. I would describe it as like a small hallway.
Yeah.
And those 3 dudes were right there waiting for me, and they were on top of me. The second I turned that corner, I didn't even get to pull nothing out of my pocket or everything. And I thought they were jumping me. I thought I was getting my ass beat. I'm swinging. I'm doing what I can until we're down. We're sprayed. They shot the block gun. And I see the knives, 3 of them on the floor. And after the fight, I'm breathing in deep, and every breath hurts.
Fuck yeah.
So they got me.
Can you say what race those 3 dudes were?
Yeah, they were African American.
They were African American.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And that's what I was trying to get at prior to asking you this in regards to painting the picture, because I remember you said so-and-so was going with this and these guys were going with these guys. But anyways, apologize about that, brother.
No problem.
And so they hit you 27 times, bro.
Yeah.
Did you ever get the thing out?
Never got it out.
Never got it out.
No.
It just happened so quick.
And I got charged for a weapon.
Oh, that's fucked up. No, that's the most fucked up part about it.
Yeah.
I'd say getting stabbed 27 times is the most fucked up part about it.
My bad, but also that's like, fuck, that's fucked up.
Well, lucky for me, if you want to say lucky, is they were it was skinny. They were ice picks. Had they been grown bone crushers, I
would have not survived that, bro.
Yeah, I'm not.
Or you'd have been paralyzed or something.
I'm not on hood stocks today if they were bone crushers, for sure.
Yeah, for sure, dog.
Well, thank God, brother, they weren't bone crushers, bro.
It hurt though.
And so, it's funny because in the height of a moment like that, you could have it could have been on the streets and you could have been shot, but not knowing it because the adrenaline is just pushing you.
No, but in a moment like that, you gotta come out.
Yeah,
hold on real quick, bro. The adrenaline is pushing you to be numb and not feel nothing. Sure. You know what I mean? You're in fucking survival mode, bro.
Yeah.
You're probably trying to, swing back or maybe get away or whatever the situation was, but you didn't realize during that time that you were getting poked the whole time.
Yeah.
Or did you?
No, I didn't. I didn't know till I was down on the ground handcuffed. They had us all handcuffed, and I could see the weapons on the floor. And every breath I took, after you're fighting, everyone stung. And it's funny now. I went, they take me to the hospital, and they throw you in a holding tank. And I was wearing a gray shirt. I took off my gray shirt. It's almost like a movie. There's pinholes of light coming through my shirt.
Wow, bro.
And I'm like, but I made it a point. This is me young, with my ego and my pride. I refused to get in the ambulance. I wanted to walk to the medical,
How bad were you leaking?
The leaking didn't actually come till days later.
Okay.
The sheets would be soaked with blood for probably about a week after. You go and wound, I forgot what they called it, wound repair or something like that. You would go every day. They'd clean the wounds and then, put the Band-Aids or whatever is on top.
So you refused to get like picked up or put in something
Yeah.
to the ambulance. Is that what you were saying a minute ago?
Yeah.
Yeah. And so you walk to the ambulance, your head high, you feeling good, you feel like you earned what you tatted on your face, right?
Yeah.
What did you feel though when you were walking that way? Like, what was running through your mind?
Again, it sounds sick now, but there's a sense of pride. Like I took one for the team.
Yeah.
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah, and I took it standing up. It's insanity looking back.
I mean, was there any point in time in your mind, bro, even though, the pride is just fully taken over, your ego, everything is fully taken over, maybe common sense, so to speak, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And doing how you said you were doing it, bro. But did it cross your mind like, fuck, I better get medical attention quick, because you said it was, when you started to breathe, it was hurting, bro. So once you feel that and you look and you're poked and you see the weapons and the shirt is fucking shining light through it like the movies, bro. I mean, is there anything like, fuck, dog, am I gonna survive this? I mean, are you thinking about death or anything like that?
I could see by the way the doctors and nurses, they weren't scrambling. So there was a little bit of comfort right there. But I would say it settled in about 3 days later when it kicked in, like, damn, like, you just got hit. You haven't been in prison for a year, and two things happened at that point. I made a pact with myself that I was not going to walk anywhere without being strapped for the rest of my time.
Sure.
And there was some anxiety, a lot of anxiety actually that came with that. You think you're going to get hit again, because whether real or imagined, there's always tension at all times, and you don't know.
You got an itchy finger now, bro.
Yeah, and now
you jumping at the fucking at the shadow on the wall, dog.
Yeah.
Like, oh fuck, that shit. Yeah, I'm not trying to make a joke of it, but I understand what you're saying, bro.
And
Like,
now I'm touched.
it's PTSD, bro.
Yeah.
Like, that's a traumatic thing for a young kid to go through, bro.
Yeah.
Even though a lot of people have watched right now and said, hey, there's people probably watching say, hey, you deserved all 27 of those motherfuckers, and maybe you should have deserved to die, because there's people with viewpoints like that.
And
you know what I mean?
they're probably not wrong for that. They're probably not. This is what I dove into. This is what I chose. As the anxiety set in, I made the fatal mistake of doing heroin for the first time at that point too.
Shit.
One of the homies stopped by and said, "How you feeling?" I te va, boom, threw a paper under the door. I didn't know. I didn't know how to do it. I walked around. I remember I told a few homies, hook this up for me. Nah, get your ass out of here. Get your ass out of here. Hook this up for me. One homie took one to the chest. Well, what you talking about? You're not gonna pop your cherry on that. So
Then Lucky popped up from the corner and said,
I found that one that got the homie that. Yeah, give me half. I got you. Yeah,
I was
for
thinking,
sure.
honestly, bro, I was thinking
with the blinky.
I was thinking half the whole time, dog. It wasn't a quarter, it was half off the rip, dog. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Shit. Making light of a fucked up situation.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, pain plus time equals humor, so it's all good,
And that's what we do right here, and not everybody understands that.
Yeah.
And so you bump into that one homie, and he let's rewind it a little bit, bro. I mean, were you considered, even though you got charged for that situation, getting hit 27 times, bro, probably more than a situation, right? Are you a victim, bro?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So here's the thing. Everybody goes to the hole. And this is the time, you go to your 115 hearing, we're all in the cages. And I see him, I tell him, look, don't trip, I got you. Went into their 115. They called me as a witness. I said, man, these guys didn't touch me. They're my friends.
Yeah.
They're kicked out of the hole. They're released.
Yeah.
For me, I was back there, and my 114, which is a description of why you're in the hole, it labeled me as a victim, and I made it a point to immediately raise my hand and said, I need to change this. The first person that needs to get smashed on the yard, let me go.
Yeah, you wanted that off your shit. It's not really a good look because it puts you in a position to get questioned and shit, right? I mean, off the rip, you send your 114 out and all the above and shit, but you know, whatever paperwork is needed. And so you were just like, you weren't good with that. You said, fuck that. And so did you get the opportunity to change that?
Yeah, and it wasn't necessarily, I mean, this was a high profile within the prison. Like, you know, it traveled around. They knew what happened, and people were angry about it, you know. They were angry that they moved on the little homie, the young homie, that, you know, they know I was committed. You know, they know that, you know, I was bringing some value to what we were representing. So, yeah, I did. At the time, it's a small yard. We call it a shoe yard. There's nothing out there but maybe the size of an average suburban backyard, but it's all concrete, and there's a shower right there. You know, we went out there. You know, somebody had to go. We did the workout. I worked out light. We made intentions for him to work out hard, and it was over. I hopped on him, you know.
It's a cold setup.
It's a cold setup, yeah.
God damn it. We worked the fuck out this dude.
Yeah, so he's exhausted, and I'm back there jogging in place, waiting.
I heard too that when your fucking your blood is pumping,
Yeah.
when you get stabbed, the blood comes out quicker.
I learned that day. They said, this is what we're gonna do. Yeah. These are not things I know. This is what I learned that day. Yeah.
And so you guys wear him out with fucking rutina, and he had to go. So you move on him. Are you moving on him? Like, you know, how are we moving on him? Can you talk about that?
There's no fighting. You know, we're not fighting nothing up there. You know, everything's weapons, hand-to-hand combat. You know. Okay. And in the process of that, the tower shot, and I broke my leg. Hit me in the back of the leg. At the time, they were block guns. At the time, they were wood, and he just hit me just right on the spot. Yeah, and I got my leg broke. You know. Yeah.
Wow. And so, from there, I can imagine we catch a shoe term.
Yeah. I went to Pelican Bay for 2 years.
Pelican Bay.
Yeah.
Man, I mean, seemed like you ended up where you wanted to be.
That was the Harvard of prisons right there. You know, that's where you want to go to learn. That's where you get educated. You know.
Yeah, that's fucking going to the White House.
That's like the main college right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you said, the Harvard of prisons. I mean, that's the Nike.
Yeah.
You know,
that's the Nike.
That's the Nike right there, baby.
Yeah.
You know. And there goes the Skechers over there.
Fucking Fila.
Shout out to my OG homie Peps is in the house with me. He got the Skechers on.
Peps.
He says, I got the Skechers, dog. I said, man, fool. Those are the old man shoes. He goes, I'm old.
Yeah.
Much love, my G. Love my boy Peps. It's an OG.
Dude.
Yeah.
Good dude, man.
Yeah.
And so you go there for 2 years, bro. I mean, how was it going into Pelican Bay?
For me, it was exciting. I mean, this is where I wanted to go. You know, at this point, I'm introduced to some intelligent men. I'm introduced to some new books. I'm taught to educate myself. You know, physically, mentally, spiritually.
Real quick, my bad. What kind of books were you reading when you got there?
I mean,
if you remember.
Yeah, this is 95, 96. I think the first books that were handed to me were The Prince by Machiavelli and Sun Tzu.
Okay, yeah.
You know, these are the early books. Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, it makes sense. And so you said you were talking about things that you were incorporating into your young new life in Pelican Bay. And you said spirituality?
Sure.
Did you say that?
Sure.
Okay. And I mean, what spirituality did you lean upon?
Well, you know, I was told that, you know, physical, mental, and spiritual, that's what creates a complete man. And if any one of those components are missing, you're out of balance. So I wasn't encouraged to find anything but, you know, prayer. You know, despite the fact that I'm living an insane lifestyle, you know, a completely destructive, antisocial lifestyle. You know, I hit my knees and I prayed in the nighttime. You know, this is something my grandparents taught me, and I continue to do that even throughout the madness.
So, just out of curiosity, brother, how would one pray in the midst of his own madness, this in between your ears, down to the heart, right?
Yeah.
I mean, what does one young, terrorizing dude pray for, bro?
Just forgiveness, you know, and the prayer happens in the dark, in the nighttime, under the covers, you know, when it's quiet. There's nobody to impress. There's nobody around. It's just you, and those were some of the most lonely moments. It's unimaginable. Even thinking about it now, you're so alone.
Dark.
That's all you have to talk to.
Absolutely, forgiveness. Yeah, I think that's something that one would be praying for, forgiveness, especially since Grandma and Grandpa, you know, introduced you to.
They planted that in me.
Yeah, spirituality. It makes sense. It's a part of your foundation, regardless of what you're putting yourself through. You understand repercussions in that realm, that afterlife, whatever you want to call it, and you're asking for forgiveness during a time of fucking complete fucking rage in your life.
And I had an example in my life, you know, you're going to get what you give. You know, I'm out here, you know, putting holes in people in the yard, and look what happened to me, you know.
So not zero self-pity or feeling sorry for yourself.
Yeah, there was some of that, you know, but it was all manipulation and me trying to get people to feel sorry for me. But
maybe a money order or something like that.
Exactly.
Green dot real quick.
You know.
Yeah, no, I'll do it. I'll do it. I mean, I've sent some fucking sad letters out, bro, and I just got done laughing with the boys and having a good old time, you know.
Yeah.
But I get that, and that's the mind state of a convict. I mean, you're basically at this point, like, you've had enough schooling, bro, to give you like a convict's perspective and the way we kind of like manipulate things into our existence.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
By any means necessary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By any means necessary. Do you have a cellie in Pelican Bay?
No, at that time, you know, we're single cell.
Okay.
These are 8-man pods, 4 on the top, 4 on the bottom, and it was single cell.
So you spoke on books being given to you from the fellas right there. I mean, how was it living, and how long did you live right there for? You said 2 years. Is that what you said?
2 years.
Okay. Excuse me. So 2 years you're there, bro. How was your 2 years right there? What kind of experiences did you experience right there? I mean, you know, obviously you did a lot of reading. You soaked up a lot of game.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, when you read, do you retain the information?
Yeah. And whenever I read, I would always look for it to apply to the lifestyle that I was living somehow. Yeah. You know, everything I read was, I wanted to become a better gang member. I wanted to become a soldier. So, you know, I read about that type of stuff, you know, how they acted, how they moved. And everything was designed to better myself in that arena.
And so you were applying everything, all information you can possibly get. Little by little, if you were one's neighbor, they would have potentially seen, or they saw the growth in you as an individual from maybe conversations coming out the cell, so on and so forth. Is that safe to say?
Yeah, and I'm trying to demonstrate that. You know, my goal is to become recognized. You know, at some point I wanted to be somebody who could voice his opinion on things.
Yeah, I get you.
That desire that I told you from childhood for the acceptance, it never left me, and that hole never gets filled. You just want more and more and more.
Yeah.
So it's like an audition. I'm auditioning for people, you know?
Let's go, bro. I swear to God, bro. We've all done it. And not too many of us has looked at it as an audition, an interview for the job.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I don't want to mop the floors. I want to run that motherfucker. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
How hard are you going to audition? How hard are you going to study? How hard are you going to read? How sharp are you going to keep that fierro?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm not trying to glorify it, but let's just jump into that mind state, right? You know? You don't want the maintenance job, dog. You want the, you know?
And for the record, like, as I sit here today, that's pure insanity. That's pure insanity.
Yeah.
At this time in my life, I'm miserable. I'm depressed. I'm angry. I'm sad. I'm lonely. There was no joy in my life whatsoever. It was a terrible, miserable existence.
Of 2 years during that time.
I'm talking this whole time.
Okay, so there was the whole time. The whole time. I mean, wow. I mean, some people find light in pitch black places.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, you didn't have, and I mean, sometimes you read a book and it brings you joy. Sometimes you get a letter from grandparents that brings you joy. Sometimes you talk to shit with the fellas and it keeps your morale up.
Well, I mean, it's hard to see the light when you've adapted to the darkness. And that's exactly what happened in my situation.
Let's go, baby. You know? Say that one more time, yeah?
I couldn't see the light because I had adapted to the darkness. I embraced that hopelessness. I accepted this as my miserable reality.
Yeah.
That's a different approach, bro. I've heard a lot. I've seen, I've felt, heard a lot of approaches, bro, and that's probably common with a lot of crazy motherfuckers. Say it like that, right?
I mean,
like the insanity.
yeah.
You talk about the insanity, in hindsight, bro. You know what I mean? But god damn it, bro. Like, yeah, it is insanity, and it's a fucking, it's out of this world level of insanity. You know?
Yeah, and when hope is removed, and this is at a time I went to what's called a DANK hearing. It's basically the parole board. They're telling me you sat in front of a parole board. They say you're gonna go in 15 years. They says I want you to get a vocation. I want you to get your GED. I want you to stay out of trouble. I want you to do self-help classes.
So okay, so that's good. Thank you, dog. So that's so
I'm sorry about that.
yeah. So So there was light at the end of the fucking tunnel, bro. Like they gave you life, but because of that program and maybe your age and this and that, if you would have fucking followed that path, you could have been out in 15 years.
But check this out. After they told me that, get the vocation, get the GED, stay out of trouble, do the self-help groups, I said, Mr. Commissioner, if I check every one of those boxes and I don't get in any trouble, can I go home one day? This dude laughed at me. He said, your parole officer hasn't even been born yet.
Ooh, god damn it.
And I'm already in this space where I'm hopeless. I'm fully engaged, immersed in this life, and they did that to me. They said that to me.
Your parole officer hasn't even been born yet.
Which ultimately ended up being true. You know what I mean? He likely hadn't been born yet at that point,
Wow, bro. That's heavy, bro.
And this is the early to mid 90s. There was no education. There's no such thing as self-help groups. These things just didn't exist. They throw a handball and a basketball in the yard and say yard recalls in 3 hours. There's none of that. Nobody was going home. Pete Davidson was on the news. He campaigned for that. Strong prison reform, super predators. If you have life, you're dying. What they said back then, you have all day.
Yeah.
They used to. I used to refer to myself as life for lonely sometimes.
Life for lonely.
I'm almost messed around and tattooed it on me. Thank God I did it.
Yeah, no, you'd be at Homeboy's Industry right now, standing in that fucking tattoo fucking removal line.
Yeah.
Oh, bro. So you get through the. Did you have any situations while in Pelican Bay, in doing your shoe program, or was the 2 years pretty, pretty smooth? Did your time got out?
Yeah, for the most part. For the most part, it was good. It was incident free during that stage.
Yeah, and then everybody's single man cell too, so you don't really have access to shit, right?
Yeah, every morning, the COs come through, they open the tray slot, they push it through. If you go anywhere, you turn around, back up, they cuff you up. So, there's no human contact with anybody unless they brush your hand while they're putting the cuffs on you.
So what was your favorite tray out the week that came in that slot? Do you remember?
Yeah, SOS.
SOS.
Oh, the SOS is bomb.
Shit on shingles, baby.
I used to say I like my shingles shitty and my rice crispy.
Oh, shit.
Came back just in time.
Yeah, they used to come with the biscuits, the little butter on there.
The biscuits and gravy.
We would put them on the light to heat them up,
Well, that was a bomb ass meal.
Yeah.
So reading, self-reflection during this time, obviously working out,
Yeah.
mandatory rutina, right?
Yeah.
You know, are you drawing? How are you occupying your time and mind during the time in Pelican Bay?
I've always written. I like to write. You know, a lot of letters. You know, I used to write essays. Writing is how I taught myself. You know, I would write and my thoughts and what I stood for, what I believe would evolve through my writing. So I would have stacks, 20 pages, just of me working out ideas on paper.
You know, bro, I love that. I'm gonna give that an applause right there, dog. Because I did the same thing too, bro.
Yeah.
I did the same thing too.
You understand it, yeah.
Yeah, I loved writing, bro. I was writing poetry. I was writing rap. I thought I was writing a script at one time. I was just like, bro, like I would just write, bro. And that was like my outlet, bro. You know, I really, some people tattoo, some people pick cups. And I mean, there's a million things you can do in there. Not a million things, but there's projects to get yourself involved in.
I can't draw worth nothing.
Yeah.
I can handwrite, you know, fancy, but I can't draw worth nothing.
Yeah. I mean, it was a sad day when you seen Lucky in the day room at one of the tables with fucking cards, bro. You know what I mean? You knew I owed some money on me. I got the money order didn't land, dog. And I had this little stencil card thing that I would do every time that I worked it to a craft since 18 years old, dog. In the county jail, dog. These little fucking flowers on the corners with these leaves that come out. You seen them before, dog. And then you powder shade it out, dog. And then you put the name or I love you, happy Valentine's Day, dog.
For toothpaste and gilder and about 5 off the shelf or something.
And trip out, dog. I wouldn't even I would do the little part, the border, but I'd always have to, hey, dog, you got the good handwriting, dog. Put this right here, you know what I mean? You know, all right, I got you, fool, you know what I mean? I see you over there, you know what I mean? But it was sad when you see Lucky in the motherfucking block, homie, with cards on the table, bro. Your boy's hurting, dog.
5 soups.
Damn, bro. Motherfucker feel sorry for you and throw you a chili packet or something, dog. You know what I mean? Like, homie, put some of this on your eggs, you hungry motherfucker. We laughing. And we're gonna be crying. Then we're gonna be basking. We're gonna be praising the Lord.
Roller coaster.
Saying thank you. You know what I mean? Hoodstocks is crazy like that, dog. And it's just vibes and frequencies that we run off of around here. So you wrote a lot. I mean, did you ever write a book or anything? Think about doing anything like that?
I wrote a lot of short stories. I attempted a book. I still actually have, you know, the original manuscript that I was writing called Brutal Youth. It was sort of our story growing up, you know, me and my friends.
We got to publish that.
Yeah, I you know, me and Matt, we talked about revisiting that and potentially doing that.
Absolutely, bro. Yeah. Any publishers out there? We got a wide range of audience. Any publishers out there, or the people that help someone get something like that off the ground? Shit, hit my DM. His information is going to be in the description after the podcast.
We got content too.
Yeah, absolutely, dog. And this is all about, you know, trying to, you know, network, baby, as we tell the story, dog. So you wrote a lot of, that's cool, and you have all this stuff too still?
Yeah.
That's dope. And so after getting out of Pelican Bay, where do we go from there?
Right back to Salinas.
Right. Wow.
Yeah.
Well, at this point too, you don't got to worry about seeing those dudes. Not that you'd be worried about seeing them, because they'd probably be worried to see you. But at this point in the system, on file, you guys can't be on a yard together no more. Correct?
Yeah. No. Any conflict between anybody, you get placed on enemy lists, and you'll never cross paths again.
Okay. But if you did. Let's not talk about that. Yeah, because we got a changed man now. You know. Absolutely. So you go back to Salinas Valley. Do you go back to the same yard?
No, I was on C yard. I went back to D yard.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Same built. You know, same caliber of people. Just you know.
Different yard. Yeah. That time in California, shit, you can go to a lot of. Same yards, same caliber, same built type of people, bro.
And it was back then. It seemed like a small world. The level 4s, it seemed like a smaller world back then. Everybody knew everybody. Names were familiar, you know. As opposed to now, it seems like it's a little bit more spread open.
Yeah. I think since the hunger strikes and everything like that, it changed the system, and you know, then we got Gavin Newsom as the governor now, and a lot of things have changed. I believe just from a lot of different elements. Right?
Yeah, he's signing a lot of bills. He's been helpful in the movement and the prison reform.
Yeah. So we go to Salinas Valley, bro. Well, how we moving from there? How long are we there at this time?
I stayed there when I go back in about 2003. I stayed there for 2 more years. It was a completely different experience from my first time because now I have a little more education. I'm still the new guy in the block, you know, by no stretch in my playing with the big players or anything like that. But
you got a little notch under your belt, though.
a little bit, yeah.
You came from the Bay, baby. You came from the back, dog. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you looked at it a whole lot different than the
Hell
other
yeah.
young dudes at your age, bro.
Yeah.
Fuck,
Absolutely.
way different.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you know, the mindset at that time, okay, he showed what he's about. And at that time, you know, it was about aggression and violence. That this is how you promote yourself. This is how you elevate.
Yeah. That's how you move up in the ranks.
Sure.
Yeah.
So by that time, I had developed a drug habit at that time too. You know, the heroin became a problem for me.
Were you using while you're in the Bay?
No.
Okay.
No. Yeah, when I got back there, and you know, you're welcome back, and you know, you're given welcome home gifts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and
It's like Christmas.
yeah.
Yeah. But a prison Christmas.
Yeah. And I kept reminding them, man, remember what I did over there? Remember I smashed, and you know,
Keep that shit coming, baby.
yeah.
He goes to Cuartito.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was pretty much the same. I did, you know, there were no incidents involving me. Just, you know, constant on the yard. You know, there were murders, there were lockdown, officers getting assaulted, people getting killed, riots, and I ended up skating through. I ended up going to Tehachapi after that. We were on lockdown for about 2 years, and I became the 270, like what we talked about earlier, 270 design.
And how was that?
It was great because Tehachapi was on this side of the grapevine, so it was easier for my family to come see me. I was getting visits every weekend as opposed to Salinas. They would have to book a hotel in 2 days in advance, travel the 12 hours to come see me. It was a difficult trip, you know?
Yeah.
And a lot of times they'll leave on Friday. Somebody gets killed Friday night, and there's no visit Saturday. You know, which is it's horrible for the family.
It's fucked
you know?
up.
I don't know why they do that, bro. Honestly, bro,
Yeah.
I get it, bro. Like the facility, this prison is on lockdown, so all visits are canceled. But god damn it, dog, when they fucking traveling,
Yeah.
From
like,
far as fuck.
I mean, they should at least give you motherfucker a window visit, dog. But
Yeah.
man, that's a cold fucking thing. Cause I seen a lot of homies, bro, that shit happened to. I was never getting too many visits and shit, dog. You know what I mean? But
Nobody wanted to go see your ass, dog.
fucking invisible tear just rolled down my
Yeah.
shit, but I swear to you
I see
guys.
the
Is there a little shiny spot right there?
Yeah.
But I seen a lot of dudes, bro. They were fucking dressed up. They borrowed the boots on me. You know, sometimes the homie got the flyest, shiniest boots, and it's your size, dog. He got the visiting boots. You know what I mean? Never get taken out of the yard. They get put up right there in that motherfucking locker, dog, and they stay shiny, dog. You know what I mean? You can fucking shave off them bitches, dog.
Nice.
But yeah, Bonnaroo out. Go get the visit. Bop. You know what I mean? Shut it down.
Yeah. This is the time of Levi's and the blue shirts. We used to get the J.C. Penney's with the white buttons and.
The Stadfords, baby.
Yeah, it's the Stafford, and it's hung up with plastic trash bag around it.
Yeah. Plastic. Hey, Preston, I see you over there TikToking over there, dog. I send you a text if you can give me a glass of wine, please.
Oh yeah, no, cause you said.
Did I just put him on blast right now?
Yeah.
What a dick!
He fucked up.
Hey,
his
dog,
fucking
excuse me. I see you TikToking over there. TikToking is like the biggest
fucked
way to
up.
try to get at somebody.
Hell yeah.
He was doing a selfie all the way up like this,
yeah,
dog.
he fucked in the middle of his fucking TikTok on me. What the fuck?
TikTok. I mean, technology has got to be fucking crazy for you right now, bro.
Yeah, I don't even understand TikTok yet. Yeah, it's. I don't know what I'm doing.
Do you have social media right now?
Yeah,
Like, what
I have an Instagram.
Yeah.
I have a Facebook.
Okay.
I move slow with it, you know.
Yeah. I mean, we'll get into that part of the story, but it's most definitely fucking interesting, brother. You know what I mean? So, I mean, you skate through Salinas. You said you're there for 2 years. Where are you going from there, and how far are we deep in our sentence now?
I'm about 7 years in at that point.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bro, you done 29 years, bro. Are we going to be able to put this shit on one podcast, bro? God damn it. We at the 7-year mark, dog. I mean, where do we go from there at the 7-year mark, bro?
So we go to Tehachapi, and this is a 270 yard. You know, it's wide open. I lasted 2 months, and the gang unit came and picked me up, and they put me in the hole. They received some information that I had weapons, that I was trying to assert some kind of authority on the yard. So they came and got me, and I went to the hole, and my stay there was done. I ended up in the shoe there again for about 2 years.
2 years?
Yeah.
Tehachapi shoe.
Yeah, Tehachapi shoe.
Gotcha.
And it's in the snow. They call it the city of 4 seasons. So when it's hot, it's hot. When it's cold, it's snowing. You know, when it's windy, it's blowing. So, yeah.
The city of 4 seasons.
Yeah.
Welcome.
And then, but the only upside of being in that prison is the windows in the cells go from the floor to the ceiling, and you're out in the middle of the woods. So you stand in your window, it's the nature channel in the back.
Shit.
Like you're seeing wildlife running up and down hills. You know, so that was good. And we had the Laker channel and the car chases. That was about the greatest thing about that place.
I mean, how many times, let's be honest, bro, how many times did you stand in that fucking window butt naked, dog, jacking off to a rabbit? Like, man, that's a nice furry tail right there. Chasing that bitch across the desert.
Every time Lucky's fucking Sally left the cell, you know his ass was butt naked right there. Fucking, with his fucking cheeks against the fucking window and shit.
Cheeks against the window. That's me trying to get an unlock.
Yeah. An extra shower.
Yeah, an extra shower.
Yeah.
I see that motherfucking that guard in the tower.
Yeah.
Always looking in my window. Yeah. Let me give him a little bit of cheek.
Let me get some extra SOS on Thursday.
SOS.
Yeah.
We like, what do we do? We like our SOS shitty and our Rice Krispie. Is that what you said, bro?
Shingo Shitty and the Rice Krispie.
There you go,
How were
baby.
the Grand Slams before you left? Were they fall balls or were they Grand Slams?
I mean,
Foul balls.
yeah.
He's always got foul balls in his mind, dog. What the fuck, bro? K9 is just getting incorporated into this system right here, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I like it.
I'm trying, shit.
You're doing good, baby. Just ease up on it. No, I just fucking with you. Do your thing. No, but you know what I mean? The Grand Slams that change over the years, so it's a fucking legit question, dog. You know what I mean? The Grand Slams and fucking, they used to give you bacon and bop and whoop-de-whoop-whoop. And then all of a sudden, dog, you had a fucking, I don't know what the fuck was on it, dog. Some bullshit, dog.
Yeah.
That had nothing involved with the chicken. No matter what the tray was, I made a sandwich out of it. No matter what it was, I put it between 2 pieces of bread and ate it.
100%, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what meat and potato dudes type of do, bro. Like, we're gonna just smash everything together. But at this point, you're learned to do this already because we're making spreads, and it's just kind of like what we do now, dog. I still do this to this day, dog. It's easy to smash everything together, dog. Yeah. You know what I mean? And enjoy it like that because you just have levels of just bomb ingredients. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I got to that level. That's the mashed potatoes.
Yeah.
All right, now this is the motherfucking. Anyways, bro.
And you know the crazy thing too is prison destroyed food for me because it was I ate just to be full. Like there was nothing enjoyable, you know. I haven't since I've been out here. I still I scarf things down.
Yeah.
I think the other day I think my mom or my sister told me come up for air already. You know what I mean? Like you're down there. I'm waiting for next row. You know what I mean? And let's go.
Shit, dog. Can't take you to no restaurants right now. Dog.
Yeah. I was at Norm's, and I think I smacked that whole thing in about a minute. You know? Chugging milk,
chugging milk. God damn it.
You had a pitcher of milk and shit.
Yeah.
A whole gallon.
Yeah.
That's crazy, bro. That's funny too, dog. Yeah. I mean, but it lost your appetite of food. I mean, not just the way you eat food. It has it, but you'll get to a point, bro, being out, bro, and your taste buds will change 1,000%. Because my taste buds, bro, have just they flourished and they're a little expensive sometimes. You know what I mean? Sure. Or but it's okay though, dog. You know what I mean? It tells you that you've been out for a while, and it's a good sign. But I get that now that you're at that point of how you did it 29 years. But I've had a little taste of that, bro. You said he went back, so 2 years again in Tehachapi Shoe.
Yeah.
Okay. How was it in Tehachapi Shoe? Comparison to Pelican Bay, bro.
It's a lot more mellow, a lot more relaxed. Plus, you're closer. It feels like the closer you are in a prison to Southern California, the more relaxed the prison is.
Right. Yeah.
I think that has to do with, generally the most people in prison are from Southern California, LA, the Valley, things like that. So when you're so far up north, you're detached from that. You're not getting visits. You're getting treated a certain way. A yard is a certain way, and it brings out that animal side in people, I think.
Yeah, bad
Well, shit, dog. Why do you think they put fucking it? It's all a money scheme, baby.
Sure, that's why
they know what
stuff's
they're
built.
doing.
Yeah, that's
Fuck
why
yeah,
they
they do.
go to the middle of nowhere
Yeah.
where they make it, because they know,
Trying to make you suffer.
yeah,
Suffer.
and they know
I mean,
families are impoverished. They know it's difficult for them to visit. It's by design that these
100%,
prisons,
bro.
Your
yeah.
family's not gonna go fucking every weekend all the way to fucking
Sure.
what is it? Fucking
And those visits are expensive. They're
Yeah,
hard.
bro.
They're hard.
Yeah,
It's
no.
a hard trip.
Yeah, bro. If you most of the families are driving, bro. 12, 16, 18 hours type of shit.
Yeah.
Straight shot. Who knows? Maybe they had a little money to get a Momo the night before.
Yeah.
And then they got to go through. I mean, I'll be hearing that sometimes they're having, with families coming in, they got to deal with maybe some fucked up COs. But then you got the COs that out there that are seeing the little pretty honeys coming in and shit, dog. And they fucking short-stopping that shit like a motherfucker,
Hell
dog.
yeah.
Bro, I hear it all the time. I've had a couple visits, bro. And that information has been relayed to me first-handedly, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're
Yeah.
like, fuck you doing here to see this dude?
Yeah.
Shit, get my number, bro.
yeah, hell yeah.
they-
Come on, dog. That for sure. Yeah.
And so you had it sounds like in Tehachapi Shoe, the sun was shining a little bit brighter right there.
It was a little more relaxed.
Yeah.
A little more relaxed.
And more relaxed in how you said it too. And you said in regards to when there's guys that are happier, right? There's potentially less madness to happen. So the closer you are, some of these dudes can get visits, and we got a little more positivity running through the fucking things because there's people that aren't getting visits, but the ones that are is bringing a different, morale to the situation of the whatever car you're from, right? Yeah, absolutely. That makes sense, dog. That makes 100% sense. So 2 years and you're out of there, bro.
Yeah. From there was to Corcoran. They called it SADF, the Substance Abuse Treatment Facility. I don't know why they call it. There's no type of substance abuse treatment facility.
It sounds good to the fucking, all the huh?
To the public.
To the public and everyone else that's putting billions of dollars in the
Actually,
system.
there was like a minimum yard, like a 1 yard. That's where Robert Downey Jr. did his time.
Yeah.
But they had the level 4 180 yard right there too.
But isn't Corcoran where they had the fight supposedly or some shit like that?
Yeah, that was in the Corcoran shoe, those wars.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
And so how was it there you go to Corcoran, bro?
That was probably the most treacherous place after Salinas that I've ever been. There's literally nothing there. You're a porter, which a tier tender. You clean the tiers, or you work yard crew. There's literally nothing else.
I hate a yard crew, bro.
You go to yard. Somebody's gonna get stabbed. You go on lockdown for 6 months. You come back off. Somebody gets stabbed. The majority of my time there was spent in the cell.
Just constant lockdowns from different races and
Yeah.
everybody. I mean, everybody else, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So most of the time you're there on lockdown. And sometimes, lockdown can keep you out of trouble.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Lockdown can get you fucking lowered down to the next level. Like, damn, my points dropped.
Hell
Sure.
yeah, for real. That's for sure what it does.
And I kind of cherish those moments because it's almost like a break. It's almost like a vacation, from the madness. Like you can sit down and that's when I was devouring books and educating myself alone inside my cell. Somebody had told me it's not the four walls, but it's within the four walls that defines your cell. So my cell, a college, whatever it is.
Yeah, bro. I feel that, bro.
Hell yeah.
I feel that. You ain't got to go to mandatory yard. You ain't got to get up for breakfast. I mean, everything is brought to you, bro. You're still running your little program inside the cell and shit with your cellie.
Yeah.
I mean, how was your cellie at the time?
I had a good cellie. We were on the same page. I imposed that on mandatory on myself. I would even on the lockdown. I didn't want to get lazy. I know one day would turn into 2, turn into 3, into a month, and I didn't.
You gotta have a good program, dog.
For sure.
That's what it is.
And especially from my perspective, I viewed myself as a soldier in an army.
Yeah,
Elite.
Yeah.
You were probably a hard if you had a cellie that really wasn't about all that stuff. You were probably a hard dude to be having to sell with potentially.
No, I had a really good cellie throughout that time. We wake up and we do our workouts, our burpees. I go down, he comes up. We got the music. We do our bird bath, make our spread. Turn on some some oldies or something smooth and just read, write letters, kick back. You know?
Man, sounds so peaceful, dog.
Yeah, it's
But it is peace.
yeah.
It's peace. And it's honestly, bro, to me, that sounds peaceful. Why? Because I've been there. But to some of you guys are just like, man, fuck that. I'm locked in a closet and I got to figure out a fucking 24/7 program I got to run and be within these. But like you said, it's not within the walls. It's what's between the ears, right?
And it's literally survival mode. I mean, I've seen people sleep for weeks during the lockdown, and
that
you
shit.
watch the mental deterioration.
Yeah, bro,
You
that's
watch these people slowly break down. There's some people that just stay stuck on the TV. If you unplug that TV, you probably unplug them. You know, they're gone.
Hell yeah, that's the
it's
whole
dangerous.
life right there.
Damn.
You know? Yeah, it's dangerous.
That's some real shit right there. If you unplug that TV, you're probably unplugging them. I mean, nobody likes a celly that doesn't get up out of his motherfucking bed. Homie, you gotta be up. The mattress gotta be rolled up, dog. It's program time, baby. Yeah, that door ain't gonna get cracked, dog, but we got a lot of shit going. We got a lot of shit going on in this small fucking space, dog.
You got a whole day until it's time to fucking go around and they fucking lock the fucking doors down.
Until the bar box,
There you
that's when
go.
the shoes come off. That's
Hell yeah.
really when the bar box. That's the only time that you're ever safe in those environments. You know,
Wow. And for those that don't know, the bar box is
it's at the end of the day, it's a lock that the seals pull down that it bar box the door. So there's no accidentally opening the door. That door's not opening. There's no slip.
And it's simultaneously too.
Yeah, you can hear it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you know it's when the shoes come off and you can breathe. You can relax
yeah,
at that
relax
point.
time.
Yeah.
Very, very interesting, brother.
And it's crazy because even my best day in prison doesn't compare to my worst day out here. You know.
Yeah, that makes a whole lot of sense, bro.
Even
Absolutely.
even your good times, you get caught up in a laugh or a good moment, and then I got a life sentence. I'm dying in here. You get brought back down to reality, grounded really quick. You know.
I mean, is there any at this point stage in doing your time? Is all hope still lost?
Yeah, it didn't come yet at that point.
Okay.
It didn't come yet at that point. I often wonder to myself, had the opportunity, would I have seized it? You know, because I was really screwed up inside my head. I was twisted up at that point. I always wonder, had the opportunity come, you know, because I was still a little bit younger at that point. I might have been 28, 29 or something like that, you know. But yeah, there was no hope. Nobody was going. They were opening people's door for parole board, and they were refusing it. You know.
Why were they refusing it?
Nobody.
Oh, the parole board was refusing it.
No, the convicts, the guys in prison.
That's what I thought I heard you say.
When
Why would they do that?
You look at the statistics from 92, I want to say up until 2010, 2 people paroled. One of them was a woman, and another one, it was a man, and he got his parole reversed, so nobody went home.
God damn.
From what year to what year? Say that again.
I want to say 92 to about 2010, 11, nobody. I seen an old man one time go, this guy had an A number. He was down something like 42 years, walked over with a slump, couldn't even stand up straight, hadn't had a ride up in about 25 years, had every trade, had everything, and they denied him.
That's some bullshit, though.
You know?
Hell
Wow,
yeah.
bro.
So yeah, the hope, there was no hope at that point.
Bro, that is some fucking. Honestly, bro, that's just a different level of a mind state, bro. To thank God that I've never had to experience, bro. Your door gets cracked open for you to go to a parole board hearing
To let you go home,
to let you go home potentially, and these dudes are refusing it just because of what they see around them going on. Nobody's going home. They ain't even letting that old man go home with the slump you said. You know? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
That fool gonna do? That fool got days, not years left in his life, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Like, damn, that is ruthless, bro. That's a ruthless fucking system, bro. But then again, the devil's advocate says they deserve what they got. And yeah, they don't deserve to go home. I mean, did you deserve to go home at that time?
No, absolutely not. It would have, absolutely not. It wouldn't have been good. I would have done a turnaround and come straight back. I wasn't ready.
You weren't ready.
Thank God nothing happened. I had an appeal going. You know, thank God that appeal was denied. You know.
That's fucking crazy.
That's deep right there,
Hell
dog.
yeah, that's super
That's a man right there. That's a man speaking right there. Man, I'll tell you right now. That is not the dude that went in, and that's not the dude, you know, at what the age we at right now in this journey. Brian, Lonely, James, Journey. Remember the name. Remember this name. Because I believe, man, bro, you're gonna be destined. This is for a reason, bro. You believe in God. You believe in spirituality. I mean, your foundation, your roots, right? You know, and you have a bigger purpose. But we'll get to that, bro. You know what I mean? So people are denying fucking board hearings. Everybody's like, fuck it, homie. This is what it is.
Yeah.
We're gonna bang this bitch out, dog. You know what I mean? Like talking about till the casket drop type of shit. You hear that fool be like, leaving the car all drunk till the casket drop, dog. You know what I mean? It's like, bro, you do not want to be put in that position, my G. And neither do I. You know what I mean? But these are dudes that live in this shit, breathing this shit, shitting this shit, pissing this shit. I mean, bro, where are we going from there, bro? You know what I mean?
Sad if I got caught with a weapon in my cell, went to the hole. I spent about 6 months there, and they sent me to New Delano, Kern Valley State Prison, what they referred to as a super 180. It was 4 yards, which were all 180 yards. And I enjoyed it because it was Bakersfield. It was closer to home. That's really kind of what mattered the most. And same thing as everything else.
And those cells are huge.
Yeah, they are. The 180 cells are a lot bigger. Yeah.
Fuck, dog. This motherfucker's biggest cell I've ever been in.
Yeah.
I did a layover there, so hey, you know.
Yeah.
Wrote up real quick, wrote my name on the wall, and bounced out to the next prison. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Lucky, don't act like you've been there. Well, I spent the night there. Does that count?
Yeah.
Lucky trying to add that shit to his resume. It's like, this part is denied, sir.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So I'm trying to get that job, dog.
Yeah.
Super gangster.
Yeah.
No. You go there, bro, and how's life right there? How long do we stay there?
I was there from 2006. The end of 2006 till 2009. It was uneventful on my part. Nothing major happened. You know, typical. 180 yard. You know the violence, the assaults. The drug use.
It doesn't stop.
It doesn't stop. That thing, it keeps spinning.
Yeah. So are you.
At that point, I've been down for a little while. I've been doing things, so I'm asserting my thoughts on things that are happening on the yard. And in 2009 is when I got grabbed up by the gang squad and put in the shoe permanently.
They validate you.
Yeah, I got validated.
Okay. So it's kind of something that you've been working up to. It's part of the process.
Yeah.
If that's safe to say.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's part of the process. It's a graduation day for a person that's in his position at the time. And you're moving up in the ranks.
Yeah, and if you look at it, I mean, as I look back in hindsight, if you do everything that you're supposed to do, you put in work, and your reward is a box for the rest of your life. That was it. That's the reward. You get to be in the shoe forever.
Yeah, it's a box. It's a big box too, with a ribbon around it, nicely wrapped.
Beautiful 2-inch mat.
You can't pick it up and shake it to see what's in it. You know what I mean? Because it's too heavy.
Yeah.
Yeah. But what you can do is you can shine the shit out that motherfucking toilet, maybe. You know what I mean? So you can see yourself. If they have those, they got the silver bullets right there.
Yeah, they still got them. You get that right sandpaper.
Yeah.
Yeah, like some
with
rim.
the toothpaste powder?
Yeah, with the tooth powder. Yeah.
So you get validated, and where are we going from there?
From Kern Valley, I went to Corcoran Shoe.
Corcoran Shoe.
Yeah.
Okay. And so you had been into Hatchby. You first were in Pelican Bay, then you were into Hatchby. Now you're in Corcoran Shoe. I mean, you're hitting all the fucking, you know what I mean? You hitting all the right, the checklist, bro. You're going through that checklist pretty quick, bro.
Yeah, all 4 corners of the earth.
You know what you're doing.
At that point, yeah.
You know what you're doing.
I had come into myself. I knew how to navigate and move by that point.
So you're in Corcoran Shoe validated. I mean, how much when you're validated? I mean, how much time are they giving you? Are you indefinite shoe?
Snitch, parole, or die is what they say. That's the only way out.
Snitch, parole, or die to get out of the Corcoran shoe.
Yeah.
And that's probably an officer telling you that.
Yeah, I mean, it was the common phrase.
Yeah, yeah, right? Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Only way to get out of here, you got to snitch. What is it? Snitch, die,
Or parole.
I
I wasn't snitching. I wasn't going to parole. So, again, I accepted a hopeless reality that I was in cell 53, single cell, 9 years in the same cell. And I remember thinking to myself, this is my tomb. I'm literally in my tomb right now.
Did you have a cellie?
No, they didn't. The majority of, I would say about 85% of people in the Corcoran shoe at the time didn't have cellies.
So you did 9 years in the Corcoran shoe at this point?
In the same cell.
In the same cell. You said 58?
Yeah, cell 53.
53, I apologize. I mean, if you spend 9 years in one cell, you will most definitely remember that fucking number.
I know, yeah, I know. I'm intimately familiar with every crack in that cell, every groove in the bunk. Yeah, you know it well.
It's kind of like the first phone number.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the first address you ever lived at.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And your address, it's a 2-digit address, followed with a P.O. box.
Yeah.
How do we get through 9 years being locked in a fucking box? Not no celly, a single man box. I mean, that's a lot of that box is small, but in your mind it's so small that it gives your mind a lot of room to wander off.
Yeah, and there would be days, it's crazy. I haven't thought about this in a long time, but there'll be days when you're in there 23 hours a day. And some days you don't go out. There'll be days you don't go out. And, I'm folding up my clothes and moving this book around. I put up a picture, make a picture frame, and just doing little things to pass the time. And you look up and like 10 hours are gone.
I mean, yeah, making a picture frame, bro, there's a lot of process to it. Like, explain making a picture frame.
Well, you're going to get the paper and you're going to roll it up nice and slow, and you're going to make it hard with the soap. You're going to attach it to another one. These are intricate things. Like, I wasn't the best at it, but there's some guys that literally made chess pieces out of bread, like dried it out, shellacked them with something. There's guys in there painting with M&Ms. I'm talking beautiful portraits. The stuff that you see in there, it's crazy.
A lot of artistic motherfuckers in there.
Bro, I've had my mind blown too many times in there, and that might sound fucked up, but that's not what I'm talking about, you nasty motherfuckers.
Oh, shit. We know what you're talking about.
Tell your truth, man.
All right, I'm gonna come clean.
Yeah.
Sharika in cell 58.
He used to spill the liquid soap.
Sharika, a.k.a. Tyrone. No. Honestly, bro, fuck, dog. Motherfuckers get a needle, dog.
Yeah.
And they pick these plastic cups and put ink and do all this shit, bro. And it's like a perfect portrait, dog, with holes. I mean, bro, like the geniuses.
Yeah.
Dudes find the genius in themselves locked in these cages. And they're like, damn, can you imagine I'm good at this shit like a motherfucker. And it's easy, too. And everyone else is fucking like... like praising me for this shit, man. Can you imagine what I could have done with my life?
You could either go insane or become a professional at whatever you want to learn, bro.
Yeah.
Straight up.
Picture frames, dog, are cool, dog. You roll them up with a newspaper, you wet them, you know what I mean? You put a little soap for glue, whatnot, shit, dog. And then you got to put a fucking 45-degree angle.
Yeah,
you get your razor blade or whatever, dog. Cut a 45-degree angle on that shit. And you got to get a bunch of them, dog, so they all line up. And, you don't have a measuring tape, so you got to kind of like eyeball this shit, make it right. And then you just put them around each other like that, dog. And then you put a little backing on it. Maybe you can use the hard side of the paper notebook.
Yeah.
Yeah, put the backing on that shit. And then they make a frame. They make the thing that kicks out and holds the picture up. Bro, you go into motherfuckers' cell, dog, and you're just like, God damn it, dog.
Yeah.
This shit is motherfucking artwork in this bitch, dog.
And the oatmeal is glue.
Yeah.
If you take the oatmeal, remember the oatmeal?
Yeah.
That thing will hold anything, a pull-up bar on the wall,
Fuck, that's why that shit come out like a softball every goddamn time, dog.
Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah.
You get that bloomp in the toilet, dog. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And your celly just looks at you like this because you didn't even put the curtain up. It's like, God damn it. Come on, dog. Put the curtain up.
Yeah.
No, I'm just fine. I wasn't that celly, dog. I did it to my homeboy Cricket, my older homie, because he got pissed when I would take a piss and I would stand up. He was mad about that, dog, and then he was even more mad about it because I wouldn't put the curtain and he had the bottom bunk, dog. But I only do it because it's my homie, dog.
Yeah,
You feel me, dog?
Yeah.
Like from
There's
my
that
hood, from my hood, bro.
For sure.
You feel me, dog?
Yeah.
But I've done a lot of things with a lot of other homies, and we became homies like from my hood, like they my family, baby. You know what I mean?
Sure, yeah.
We cellies, dog. Like shit till the fucking casket drop. Let's go, dog. You know what I mean? But I always give that fool a hard time about that shit, and I apologize for sharing that story. They're like, "Look, let him talk. Shut the fuck up." It's the cocaine I did. No, we don't do that here. And so 9 years, bro, in there, dog, is fucking crazy, bro. I mean, when the hunger strikes, was that around the hunger strikes, bro?
Yeah. I'm gonna say I had a moment of clarity. I had a huge moment in my life in the shoe. I talked about my grandmother visited me almost every weekend. This lady was the love of my life. She was my best friend.
Shout out to grandma,
Yeah,
baby.
yeah. Absolutely.
Love you, grandma.
Yeah.
She looking down on you right now, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So she would come to visit with my mom every other week, and I went out there in December of 2011, and my mom came to the window, and where's Nan? Where's Nan at? And I see my mom, her face flinch.
Yeah.
She just shook her head. I said, what happened? She said, Nan died. The phone fell. There's not much I remember. I hit the floor in that moment. And the visit, we had about 45 minutes left. You know, the officers, they're cold. They come and cuff you up. And as they're escorting me out, the gang squad pulls up. You know, they're listening to all the phone calls. They say, you want to hug your mom right now?
Whew, let's go.
Give me some information.
Oh, let's not go.
Yeah, let's not go. I was so pissed. I was getting ready to spit in this dude's face. But I just told the CO, man, take me back to my cell. So as we're walking to the cell, as you're walking to your cell, you're walking through cages of people. You know, these are individuals working out in the cages. And I remember just biting the inside of my cheek and just swallowing, trying to keep it together. Yeah. I just needed to make it to the cell.
Right.
I got to the cell, and I'm not going to pretend like I didn't cry for 30 days straight. Yeah. I'm talking huge teardrops. Like it was a devastating moment.
And this was the first time your mom visited you?
No, my mom would visit. She'd visit
once in a while.
Yeah.
Okay, you said that.
No, she visited regularly throughout my entire sentence.
Absolutely,
yeah.
Good shit.
You know, my sister, my grandparents, my brother.
Yeah.
So at the end of those 30 days, like, you know, this is one of the moments where your life flashes before your eyes. You know, I'm contemplating, what do I want to do with my life? Do I even want to stay here anymore? You know, and I made a decision in those 30 days, in that moment, that's something's got to give. Something's got to give. The woman that I love the most in life, they're having her memorial today, and I'm sitting here and I can't even go say goodbye. I can't even visit her. That broke my spirit right there.
Is this is while you're in Corcoran Shoe?
Yeah.
Okay.
And this is alone inside of a cell. If you reach out and, hey man, I'm hurting, like that's weakness. That's blood in the water. So I'm dealing with this alone, quietly. You know, there's no, hey, I'm contemplating doing something better with my life. You know, that's, oh shit, you know, this dude's getting ready to go out ass backwards or something, you know, which wasn't the case. It's just, I made a decision. Somehow I need to honor my grandmother's memory at this point. So, and that's when it shifted. That something shifted in me in that moment, in those 30 days. Those 30 days
of what part are we in? What year are we in this 9-year shoe program in Corcoran?
It's probably about halfway. It's about the halfway point.
Okay.
Yeah.
Whew.
So, I remember I wrote a request for interview. It's called a community resource manager. They're in charge of all programs. And I kept writing and saying, hey, I want to do some programs. I need to learn about myself. I want to know why I'm doing this. Right. Why am I doing these things that I'm doing? At this point, I'm not necessarily going to stop, but I want to know why I'm doing it. You know, these things that I'm feeling, why? And they said, we don't have no programs. We don't have no programs. So I wrote a 602, which is a grievance form asking for it. And the captain came to my door. He said, look, we're not here to rehabilitate you. We're here to break your spirit, period. You know?
Bitch.
Yeah. Yeah. So I started writing my mom and asking for books, you know, the Narcotics Anonymous book, you know, self-help books. I'm kind of changing the TV shows I'm watching. It was a slow process, you know. I'm tangled up in these belief systems, you know, but I'm slowly searching for something. I didn't know what it looked like, but I was searching for something new at that point.
Yeah, it was it's crazy how sometimes seeds are planted from death.
Yeah.
Right? You know, the big reason for my progress is last time I was down, my little sister died of cancer. And I've never felt weaker in the prison environment in my life, dog.
Yeah.
You know, when I wasn't locked in a cell where I can just be like put up on the shelf for a minute, right? And I'm not downplaying cats that are like that, you know what I mean? But when you're still trying to function in a circulating yard and shit, dog, in an emotional state, which I experienced, bro, you know what I mean? It planted a big seed in my life, dog. Not that I didn't stop moving how I was moving at the time, because I think I was a little more aggressive because I was a little angry, dog. You know what I mean? Maybe, you know? But these are pivotal points, you know what I mean? Regardless of when the time happened, that because it was leading up, she passed. And when she passed, it was a relief, actually, because, you know, she's been on hospice, fighting cancer, this and that.
And I get that. I get that, what you say, that vulnerability.
Yeah.
Like, I get that. You
felt vulnerable, dog, like a motherfucker.
You're in a
bro.
vulnerable state. Like, I just lost the love of my life. But when that door racks and we go out to yard in the cages, I got to put on.
Absolutely.
I can't allow none of that to show. I'm in the worst pain of my life, but I got to put on like nothing's bothering me. I can't let nobody know what's going on because they're going to expose that.
Like you said, blood in the water, dog.
Yeah.
And you can be in a pool of your own kind, but if you're bleeding, and maybe there's somebody that, you know, don't care for you, blood in the water. I mean, you never know. The shit happens, you know, whatever.
Hey, man.
But with everybody else in general, too. You know what I mean? I'm not just trying to put it on us, but, you know.
If they can chop your head off to be taller than you, they'll do it.
Yeah,
you know?
Absolutely. And so I'm going to say it like this, bro. I'm going to say, thank God, bro, you're only halfway through your SHU program.
Yeah.
I'll say thank God for that, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'm not some big victory outreach dude, but I'm a believer, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think that was a blessing in disguise at this point in your time, bro. For this to happen, the inevitable, right?
Looking back now, I see it that way.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't going to end. That's probably the one thing that could have broke me right there. And it happened, you know? So, yeah, you're right. You're right.
So you start seeing things differently. You start reaching out for help. The fucking, bro, can't believe you got that response what you said a minute ago. You start reaching out for help. You're getting books from the family.
Yeah.
You know, how are we moving from there?
Another thing, too, my grandmother, every time, she would write me 3-4 times a week. Every time she would write me, she put a Bible verse at the bottom of her letter. So every day I'd pull out one of her cards and I'd read that Bible verse, spend that time with her, you know, at the end of my bunk. After writing, I end up getting my GED. It seems something small, but to hang that up on my wall, like, probably was like the first moment, like, damn, like I did something that I was proud of, that I could send home and feel good about myself. And that kind of, that triggered something in me, you know. And now I can go to college. I got maybe a GED now. But it was a slow process. I remember thinking to myself, I'm done. I'm not going to whack anybody no more. You know, I'm not doing none of this stuff. But I'll hold the straps. I'll pass them for you. This is my thinking at the time, you know?
Yeah, you're negotiating within yourself how you can still feel good about the person that you built.
Yeah. Let me become a better person, but I want to keep you guys happy too. Yeah. You know, I still want to function with you guys. And playing both sides of the fence is
not good.
I mean, but at the same time, you know what I mean? And I'm not saying you're playing both sides of the fence, but now maybe I can help in another way, still supporting the cause,
sure.
But, you know, helping out in the background maybe, you know what I mean? You know, keep me out of the fucking limelight. I've already been through a couple of these SHU programs, right?
Yeah.
You know, like, damn, you know what I mean? Like, I'm kind of good right now, you know? I want to start working on some of the things, you know? I got my GED. Like, you're looking beyond the walls now, bro. You're looking outside of yourself, bro. You got hope now, bro. You're looking for a future now.
Yeah.
For yourself. Even if it's still locked in that thing, you still have You're changing your energy, your frequency, the way you put it over here. Now you're putting it over here now, and I can imagine the furious energy and just fucking drive you have, bro. When you shift it, bro, it goes bananas on this side. So how many college things did you get, bro? What did you do, bro?
Well, at this time, this whole process that I'm going through, it's all internal. I'm not telling nobody, you know.
Absolutely.
I mean, you could see it in my demonstration and my behavior, you know, how I do it, that there's something different. But so I'm slowly just doing college courses through the mail. You know, I'm doing there was a thing called PrEP. You're doing anger management and emotional intelligence, and you know, you read and you answer questions, you send it back, and these ideas are foreign to me, you know. And I remember I got the NA
but it's
book.
hell of interesting though.
Yeah,
huh?
like they're saying in the NA, like you have to surrender. I don't surrender to nothing. Yeah. You know, what are you talking about? Like, you know, until I discover surrender is coming from a place of strength. So, but the fact remains, I'm validated. I'm still gonna die in here. So this is purely to honor my grandmother at this point. Like it's not even you know. It's not even about me. I want to be a good representation of her, but the fact remains, I'm gonna die in this box right here. And then the rumors of the hunger strike start coming around.
Let's go.
You know, prison focused newspaper. You know, we're reading articles. You know, it's coming up in the news, and I'm on board. You know, it's a peaceful hunger strike, and prior to the hunger strike, you know, the men in Pelican Bay came up with the most genius concept called the Agreement to End Hostilities. And this is basically saying, you know, throughout prison, we've been fighting each other for years. We're not going to make any progress if we're warring with each other. It doesn't make any sense. So there was an agreement to end hostilities, and we agreed to be peaceful, to be diplomatic. If we have trouble, we're not going to go stabbing each other in the yard. We're going to be diplomatic, and we're going to sit down, and we're going to talk about it. This is an evolved thinking. This is a completely new concept. Genius. So that's in play right now. We're all on the same page.
Bro, who comes up with that, bro?
I mean, it's a genius idea.
It was obviously a collaboration of minds, because
Absolutely.
it takes a collaboration of minds to come up with this in order for everybody to have a go with it, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And that is genius too, bro.
Yeah.
Like, bro, what are we doing, man?
We've been doing this for 30, 40 years, and we're sitting back here and we're fighting, and and there's no progress being made. And it was a trip too, because the agreement to end hostilities was widely produced and distributed, and we tried to get it put on memos and put in day rooms, and the system wouldn't allow us to do that.
Yeah,
they said you do it through your little you know, newspapers and stuff like that. So once that was in play and everybody was on board, this is a new idea, and because everybody was tired, we're doing it just because this is what it is to do. So with this new idea, people are on board, and you could feel the shift across California prisons. You could feel it. And so now the hunger strike comes. We did that. I was in Corcoran, and you know, it was happening in Corcoran, Pelican Bay, throughout the main line. It was happening everywhere. In the section that I was in, we went 46 days without taking a tray.
And this is but you prepared for it though.
Yeah, people, you know, there were some neutral cells, what we call them, people that were on medications that a hunger strike would probably kill them, you know, older and that. So, you know, here, hold 30 packs of peanut butter or something. Nothing to feed the troops by any means. You know, we're parceling this stuff out. And I remember on the hunger strike, each of us was the same. We're losing a pound a day. I ate absolutely nothing for 10 days. And I lost 16 pounds. And I remember they were doing these weigh-ins every other day. And you see these homies and these different people walking around and look like Night of the Living Dead. They were like ghosts. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was brutal.
Wow.
You know, and I mean, even the officers at that point would come by and be like, man, you guys keep doing it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Wow.
And it's statewide. There were 30,000 people that went on hunger strike.
Bro. Oh, my God, dog. I'm going to say it like this, dog. I'm going to give all my love, all my respect to the man that had to experience that, you know, because that changed the system. You know, you sacrificed yourself. The most selfless thing you can do as a fucking convict, inmate, whatever you want to label yourself as. I mean, bro, they make TV shows, bro. Yeah. What is it called? Alone on fucking Netflix. I got stuck on that shit. They put him on a motherfucking island. They give them a couple things. But, bro, alone has got it way easier because you ain't got no force to go hunt some food. You ain't got no lake to catch no fish, dog. You know what I mean? Like, damn, bro. That is the real deal right there, dog. You know what I mean? Like, fucking, I'm gonna die for this shit, this cause.
Yeah.
I mean, you gotta have both feet in. There's no half stepping at this point in time if you on this hunger strike and you making this fucking statement. And now you got the Hoodas, bro, on the team. And they're just like, bro, you guys are fucking animals. We thought we were badasses with our little badges on and our little green outfits or whatever we wearing. We thought we were badasses, but you motherfuckers are too hard for this yard, dog. You know what I mean? Yeah. And you're gonna make a change across the state of California, dog. You know what I mean? God damn it, dog. I mean, you know, hey, bro. As they should, right?
Oh, yeah.
As they should. As they should, bro. You know? You came this far and doing all this other shit. This is cake to you, baby.
Yeah.
I mean, bro, so you said you went for what, 10 days with no food?
I went 10 days, just liquid, just the water.
Whew.
Yeah.
Damn, bro. No coffee? No Folgers? Nothing?
Yeah, I did drink coffee.
Okay.
I did drink coffee.
And, boy, that's got to help a little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit, dog. A little bit, dog.
And people died during that, you know, people lost their lives during that hunger strike too, you know. But it went, I think some buildings went longer than others, but I think the duration of it was 2 months. And I remember when we got word that they signed it, they signed the bill. And it was, I mean, I did 9 years. There were men back there for 30 years, you know.
Yeah.
35 years, you know, so the bill signed, and we didn't know what that looked like. They called it, they said, we're going to do a step-down program. So you do 6 months in this program, and you got to work your way out. So it was still in the hands of CCR. So, you know, when them doing that, you're not going to work your way out. They're going to say, hey, we got some information. You're going to go back to the next step. So the lawyers fought it. They fought it, and they said everybody that's been in the shoe longer than 5 years needs to be released immediately. And it was insane. They started doing what they call special committees every Friday, running 20 dudes. The ones that had been there the longest went to committee first, and you're literally seeing guys like it pushing their property out to the main line. It was unbelievable. It was unbelievable.
Wow, bro.
Yeah.
35 years, 9 years, whatever the fuck the years is locked in those cages, bro. You know what I mean? Hey, check it out. Let's do it like this right now. There's 919 people watching this shit right now. You know what I mean? Let's do it like this. The homie right here is in a halfway house. He's changed his fucking life. He's a different man. And we support that right here. Because check it out, if the governor and everyone, the board let him out, shit. You know, who am I not to accept him? They accepted him to get out and try life again. Don't ever be quick to judge, dog, because fucked up shit happens like that sometimes. And I'll say that for some people. The majority of the Goonies, we love you, baby, and you know what it is. You know, life's a struggle, life's a journey, and sometimes you take a crazy path. I want to take a break right now, but when I'm on this break, there's going to be a Cash App right there, all right? And if every single one of you guys can donate $1, $5, $10, we're going to get homie some new clothes.
Let's hook it up.
We're going to give him the money, straight the cash, and we're going straight to Walmart. You know what I mean?
Nah, fuck Walmart, dog. We're going to hook him up.
Nah, we're going to motherfucking Macy's, homie. We're going to have this boy fly as fuck, dog. I'm just saying, if you guys feel in your heart you'd like to help him out, only been out for 34 days, dog, 32 days, some shit like that, drop some money. We're taking a break. We're going to be right back. We're going to see what happened after the hunger strikes. Let's go, baby. Thank you guys. Like, subscribe, all that good shit. We'll be back. There it is right there. Cash App, baby. Hood Stocks. Let's go. Appreciate you guys. Thank you.
Devil's me, I can't think. I'm up all night, I can't sleep. Oxycontins, I can't breathe. Try and move my body.
I've been a bad man, yeah, the devil's prayed to me, and I help him go and get his way. said to me, and I can't wait to meet you one day. Yeah, I can't wait to meet you one day.
Hey, 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 hey. Emotions out of focus, I'm crawling at my lowest. Feet hit the streets like a high-speed pursuit. I'm wild when I move, burning to your head, about to tighten up the noose. Bunch of clown faces blowing clouds of the booth. Woof, woof, hooters at the door, now they trying to run up in. I am not a guppy, shark stash everything. Dope in the pussy like a B of A deposit. Baby girl robotic, she gang bang abonic. Hang with the wolves or you gotta pull your weight. Told the biggest tool, keep one in the chain. This is not a date, dance with the Mex, get your face in the cake.
Yeah, the devil's praying to me, and I will go and get his way. You kept your word, boy, yeah, the devil said to me, and I can't wait to meet you one day. Yeah, I can't wait to meet you one day.
Hey, 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 hey. Pennies for my thoughts, I still can't make a dollar. Anybody home, Mr. 38 revolver. Holla, Lord, I need change. Heard you heal the hurt, I heard you kill the pain. Homie down the street, you left them dead in the dirt. Now his mama growing grays. Clouds in the skies leave tears on the grave. No smile on the face, just another t-shirt. Small funeral, see his girl when they flirt. Shit's still fresh, still smell death. Bunch of drug addicts, can't wait to fuck next. Let the pussy rest, waiting on the prey like a goon in your home. It's 2 in the morning.
Yeah, the devil's praying to me, and I will go and get his way. You kept your word, boy, yeah, the devil said to me, and I can't wait to meet you one day. Yeah, I can't wait to meet you one day.
Hey, 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 hey. Kodak pictures catch the redness in my eyes. The pookie virtualized got the devil in my mind. The highs, the lows, a suicide note. The drip of the nasal, feel the tip of the razor. I'm tired of the living, I'm tired of the sinning. I wanna be dead dog, better than these meds. Got my girl gagged, keep back this stupid, gonna throw you through the glass. Broken windows, limo tinted nipple. She crazy, we crazy, another meth baby. I need to sober up, I'm tripping, she waking. I think I need some sleep, I'm losing my mind. Catch me while I leap.
I've been a bad man, yeah, the devil's praying to me, and I will go and get his way. You kept your word, boy, yeah, the devil said to me, and I can't wait to meet you one day. Yeah, I can't wait to meet you one day. I've been a bad man, yeah, the devil's praying to me, and I will go and get his way. You kept your word, boy, yeah, the devil said to me, and I can't wait to meet you one
Like,
day.
subscribe, baby. Let's go. Hood Stocks. Hood Stocks, baby. We are trying to get these guys back in position. We're trying to get them back in position. K9 is over there fucking...
Throwing up. No.
K9 was over there braiding his hair.
I ain't throwing up. Fuck y'all.
Why would you be throwing up, sir?
Nah, it's just a joke.
Okay. Nah. So we got $118. Thank you guys very much. You know what? I'll put it back real quick right here so you guys can see it again. If you would like to help the homie with his new journey in life, donate right now to this Cash App. Everything's gonna go to him tonight. I'm gonna transfer and then run down the street, pull it out, give it to him, put it in the man's hand, and hopefully he can use it. I'm sure he can use it in a lot of different areas, bro.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely, dog. And this has been a great, amazing story so far. We're not even, bro, are we not halfway through it? Probably not.
Even halfway.
Damn, we just breaking the motherfucking little chip on the iceberg, huh?
Look, you talking Cash App, my sister just messaged me, you owe me $120.
You know what, bro? Let me see if I can find someone to put $120 right here, dog. Yeah, I mean, and I'll call that right now. That's a negative, sir. There's no $100 fucking cash apps.
Sorry, sis.
Yeah. No. I thought she said she donated it.
No, she said you owe me $120.
Oh, now that you got right here.
Yeah.
My bad, dog.
Yeah.
This is me, dog. I'm always in the defensive mode, dog. This is, I gotta stop this shit. Like, what do you mean? I'm stealing from you? No. Oh, we had $165 now. Thank you, guys. Appreciate that shit. That's
man.
love. Yeah, that's love. Thank you. Goon Squad. Thank you, guys. Keep it going. Let's get it to like $600 or something like that. We got Pep. We got OG Pep right here. We got him like $900, dude. This dude got fucking.
Let's match that. Let's match that, or at least let's go past that.
Yeah, at least.
So, you're at a fucking pinnacle moment in your life, bro. You start thinking outside the box, right?
Yeah.
You're thinking outside the box now. You're looking beyond the walls, bro. And you're changing your energy. You go through the fucking hunger strikes, bro. They all of a sudden you see fucking dudes that have been locked in a fucking cage for 30, 35 fucking years, dog. They're fucking, they got their property, bro, and they're headed out to motherfucking freedom, because that's what it is to them.
No, it was like getting released, yeah.
Yeah, you're getting released from prison, but they're just sending you to another prison.
Yeah.
Bro, that is you getting released. Bro, the joy. Can you imagine being locked up, dog? 30 years in a motherfucking cell, dog?
Yeah.
God damn it! I'm not asking you because you.
I can't imagine.
Shit, I could imagine.
Yeah, I can't imagine.
I don't know who I'm talking to. I might be talking to the bottle over there, dog. I apologize about that. You know what I mean? You get that motherfucking wine bottle over there? Anyways, it's going. We're at $216. So you get out the shoe, bro. Where we go from the shoe, dog?
The counselor, she walked to my door and she said, "Where do you want to go?" And my heart hit the floor. Where do you want to go? I said, where can I go? Like, what's available? She says, well, if you go to the main line to Corcoran right here, you'll probably get out by the night. I says, then I want to go right here. That's interesting. They're giving you options where you want to go from the shoe. Like, that doesn't happen. Never. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That don't happen never, dog. Hey, where do you want to go? Blah, blah, blah. And you're the quickest thing is where can you get me out of here quicker?
The quickest way to open this door. Yeah.
You wanted to fuck out that bitch.
Yeah.
Your anxiety is fucking flowing, bro.
Yeah.
You can't even sleep, dog, because you know what you guys did was effective. It fucking applied the ultimate pressure of life, dog. And now you guys got yourself out of that bitch, dog. Fuck yeah, dog.
And the great thing about it, too, was the support that we got. Like, Jay Leno was talking about it, on his show. There were organizations, it was on Al Jazeera, there were organizations everywhere that supported it. So this was a bona fide movement that happened right here. Families to End Solitary Confinement was formed. It was a bona fide movement. So when I got out, I went straight to the main line right there in Corcoran. And, you go to committee and they put you in a cell by yourself and say, how are you going to cope out here? So what do you mean, how am I going to cope out here? You're not caring about me,
All of a sudden, they were worried about your well-being.
Yeah.
Motherfucker.
Yeah, you caged me up for damn near a decade without a 115, just based on what you think I'm going to do.
Yeah, based on a fucking kite, somebody snitching.
Yeah. And now you're going to ask me, how I'm going to cope. So they says, we're going to give you guys time. Find a cellie and let us know. So I found a cellie, but my main thing going out there, this is the journey that I was on. I wanted to get involved in self-help. I wanted the therapy. I wanted the answers. I'm looking for a different way. So when I went out there, I moved different this time on the yard, I go out there, shake my hands, pay my respects, and, go do the bars. I work out. My thing was, I didn't linger. I hit points. I worked out. I went to my group. I went to school. I went to my cell,
You weren't hanging out with all the crowds talking about all the fucking politics and shit.
Yeah, the same stories. There was nothing new you can hear. What Chato's doing over here and Chuco's doing over here, and it's nothing new.
Is it safe to say you lost the excitement about the whole game?
It was gone. I mean, I was defeated at the loss of my grandmother. I took a step back. I was exhausted with it. So I started going into groups, learning new concepts, new ideas. This is the time when the Anti-Recidivism Coalition had started what they called the Hope and Redemption Team. And for the first time in my life, I watched 2 lifers that had been released walk into there, and they held groups. One was called Criminal Gang Members Anonymous. They told me about a lifestyle addiction. I had never heard that phrase in my life, a lifestyle addiction.
Wow. You know what, bro? They need to offer that same fucking, that same practice, bro, out here, bro.
Yeah.
Bro, what is it? Gangbanging criminal, what is it?
Criminal Gang Members Anonymous.
Bro, that's a real thing, dog.
Yeah.
I went through that shit and I hit it cold turkey this time out, bro. And I'm not getting into my shit, but I'm just saying, bro, like, that is the lifestyle. Kicking the lifestyle is like a fucking lifelong fucking heroin addiction.
No, absolutely.
It's harder than that.
Yeah, absolutely. And even if you choose to still be in the lifestyle, I think you should know that. So, because once I evolved into the place that I am now, I would ask youngsters on the yard, "Why'd you join a gang?" And they say, "I don't know." I say, "You're in jail. You're in jail for 25 to life for your gang. You don't even know why you did it.
Yeah.
That's not good." You know.
Damn, it's a little disappointing hearing that shit, dog, because I can always say why I joined the gang. Like, I always knew what it was, but maybe there's some cats that just catch it on the limb or something like that. I don't know, or maybe the development of the brain and the senses and all the above is just not developed enough, right? But yeah.
And who wants to say, I was sad, I was lonely, I wanted to be loved? You know, who's going to stand up and admit that? I just wanted to be loved. I wanted a pat back, and I would have done anything for it, up to and including murder. Nobody wants to admit that. And it's a trip, too. One thing I don't know.
And you just admitted that.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And one thing that I don't know when I took note of it, but the one thing that's the most common in every visit room across California is you don't see dads. Guys are missing dads. That's the most common thing. And if you're not growing up with the same-sex parent, then it's a problem. You're going to learn manhood somewhere.
Yeah.
You're going to seek it out somewhere. You're going to find it. And the gangs are always there, ready to go. And I understand it,
I mean, you got to understand something to move past something.
Yeah.
Because when you have a full understanding of something, then it's in your head now, you're weighing out the shit, right?
Yeah.
Is it tilting in the right direction? If it's not, well, all right, well, maybe it's time to try something else out.
Yeah.
And
it's a trip. As I'm learning things, I realized at this point how deeply ingrained these beliefs were, how to peel them out of you. They're every aspect of my life was devoted to that.
Let me ask you a question real quick, bro. If your grandmother would have not passed, would you be out right now?
I don't think I would. You know why? Because my grandmother always showed me unconditional love no matter what I did. So I saw it was always sort of like a safety net for me.
A mental safety net, yeah.
If I have to do 9 years in a shoe in a box, as long as I got grandma, those letters will keep me afloat. That was enough for me. So I always fell back on that. So when she was gone, that safety net, I was in free fall.
Yeah.
And I hit the ground. I smacked that shit hard. I smacked that rock bottom hard when she wasn't there. So, it's a difficult truth is, that had, I don't want to say it had to happen. It happened. And that was the pivot for me in that life.
So how far out are we to catching parole from this point in time, getting out from the shoe?
So we're at about 2016 at this point. So I'm doing groups. I'm learning new ideas. A law passed called SB 260, which basically said anybody under the age of 18, we're going to give you a genuine opportunity to parole if you do this, because juveniles' brains are not fully formed. They're not making conscious decisions. They're youth. They're impulsive. They're erratic. Their behavior and the science caught up. And it was the Anti-Recidivism Coalition, a lot of people that pushed, and that law passed with, Cesar Zuniga, a big part of that. It was a huge part of that,
Cesar, baby!
Hey.
Mohawk Mad, baby. trying to keep his eyes open.
I see them over there.
Yeah, let's go back right here.
So now there's a real light at the end of the tunnel right now. So not only was I working prior to that, now I'm really engaged in this process. And I was coming in from the yard one time, and I seen a flyer on the wall that said a positive change dog program. They're talking about bringing dogs on the yard. You can train dogs and stuff like that. Corcoran was probably one of the most vicious yards in California at that time. That yard was cutthroat that we were on. And so I'm thinking they're not going to have no dogs. But, hey, I'm moving different now. I'm open to sign, so I signed my name up. And I'll be damned if a month later my mentor and my great friend, his name is Zach Scow, came walking on the yard with a pit bull. And the whole yard stopped. He walks up on the yard, and I'm trying to move in the yard, and I'm trying to go around section, trying to find a neutral section, because he's walking through Crips and Bloods and just areas with no care or no concern. No, I can't move that way. So I walk up to him, and the dog has a big old gash on his head. I said, "Man, what happened to him?" He said, "Man, he got hit in the head with a hammer." I said, "Damn, I've been hit in the head with a hammer. That's crazy." So I said, "Can I pet him?" I leaned down and I pet the dog, and it was just like the look that the dog gives you. Like I can only describe it as a spiritual experience for me at that point. I said, "I want to be in this program." He said, "I look forward to you doing it." They came back 2 months later, and I was assigned a dog, a German Shepherd puppy rescue named Flynn, 3 months old. He lived in my cell, spent 3 months with me. I learned how to train him. They would come in twice a week, teach us the training techniques, give us homework, and then come back. But we lived with the dog. I'm walking around this yard. There's 7 dogs, and there was 15
that shit
of us.
fucking helped you out a lot, though. Shit.
I mean,
like,
it's undescribable.
Like the therapy that it did for you with the dog, and you're just all like, fuck yeah.
And here's the
shit.
connection that I made. All the reasons that I joined a gang, you want love, you want acceptance, you want unconditional love. I'm getting all this from this dog. I wake up in the morning, he's sitting there just, what are we doing today?
Hell yeah.
What's going on? I could leave for a minute and I come back. He's back. What are we doing today?
I could do fucking 10 years with a fucking dog in myself. Shit.
Yeah. And I'm learning responsibility. I got a human life to take care of at this point. A human life, a dog's life.
Dogs love peanut butter, bro.
There was a nonstop peanut butter joke. That was the joke on the yard. They used to have a sign, "No peanut butter for the dog trainers." Like, yeah, they were whooping us with that one right there. Like,
I don't know, bro. I might have fucking violated a dog, if it was me. I don't know, dog.
After all that time.
Couple times. Let me get some of that kibbles and bits. Get your little fluffy ass over here. Fucking We're like cell 52. What was it, 53? Something. Yeah, fucking unlock the door. He's violating the... No,
you going to the shoe.
You're going to the shoe. What are you in there for?
Yeah. So,
sorry about that, bro.
That's a hell of a 114 right there, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, I mean, we train the dogs, and, I'm meeting people, these dog trainers, they're committed to us. They're showing us so much love. They're still my friends today. They're still my mentors today.
That's dope.
Yeah, Zach Scow, John Flores, Lisa Marquez, amazing people, that are so influential in my life. So we're training these dogs, and they're getting adopted out to people in the community. The 2 dogs that I trained were adopted by my mom and my sister. I was reunited with them when I paroled.
Oh, you're
wow.
Lucky. That's love. That's
dope,
cool.
dog.
That's really cool.
Yeah, that's dope, bro. That's dope, bro.
That's dope.
That's dope, bro.
Because you build a connection with them, and then for you to fucking get out, you got that.
And it took him when I walked in, he came and he sniffed for about 3 seconds and went berserk. Yeah, best feeling in the world.
Oh
man.
My god, that's amazing.
Yeah, so this is what I do today. I'm a dog trainer. Pretty soon I'm gonna start working at LA Canines. I'm still in touch with all these people. Dogs are my life. They changed my life. It's what I do. Whether I made millions of dollars or tens of dollars, this is what I've dedicated my life to. Helping dogs, and you can help people, through doing that. People that are in need, there's nothing better than a dog. I can train a dog that, will be compatible with a person for whatever his need is, which is essentially what I've dedicated my life to.
Training dogs.
Yeah.
Let's go, baby. Yeah. New purpose.
Yeah, absolutely.
New purpose.
Absolutely.
a valuable asset, right? To add into the community, back into the community.
Yeah.
After 29 years, bro.
And that's what it is. I mean, I feel a moral obligation to do that. You know, I've taken so much from so many people. It's my duty to give back, to put good and positivity out there. And I'm going to do that for as long as I'm on this earth.
Let's go, baby. Let's go. You know, bro, I want to tell you thank you so much, my G, for blessing the platform, bro, being vulnerable, right? I mean, when dudes come on this platform and they're as fresh out as you are, you know, a couple days over a month.
Yeah.
I mean, this is not when we want to hear all our stories, but this is as real as it gets, as fresh as it gets, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like these emotions, this story, bro, I mean, was very passionate, brother. And I think a lot of people are going to get some good messages out of this.
I hope so.
Yeah. I think they're going to get a good message from this, bro, because that is it's our purpose, bro, to provide hope. And unfortunately, at times, people that have lived such a, horrific part of time in their life, yay, but for what they did, right?
Sure, absolutely.
Do the crime, pay the time. Some people may not agree with certain things and releases and whatnot. We get that. Your opinion is respected right here, 100%. But this dude right here, this was a fucking amazing story, brother.
I appreciate it.
Thoroughly fucking enjoyed this shit, dog. Come on, baby. Come on, let's go. Let's go, dog. Oh, homie.
Movie.
Yeah, this shit was a motherfucking movie, dog.
Yeah.
I mean, bro, you have such a, I get it, bro. You know what I mean? The dog thing is just really we didn't even talk about living with the dog and all that other stuff, dog. But we get the gist of it, dog. You know what I mean? Of what it can, what it can happen from all these years being without any intimate bonds. And all of a sudden having an intimate bond with a puppy that is under your care. All of a sudden, all these years, all of a sudden you got a baby.
Yeah.
You got to take care of, bro.
Yeah.
You got a baby, bro. That shit's crazy as fuck, dog. This dude that has been just fucking put up on the dark shelf, dog, for tons of years, bro, all of a sudden has to care for something more than his self, bro, right? In this egomaniac fucking type of environment, bro. Like, that's humbling, bro.
That's amazing.
That taught you a lot of shit.
Yeah, you described it perfect right now.
Fuck.
Man, that's crazy.
It taught you a lot of shit, dog.
Yeah.
Not only, speaking of shit, not only do you got a shit, this dog's got a shit too.
And I got to clean it up.
Yeah, and that's on you.
And the experience fundamentally changed me at my core as a human being. And it came right at the right moment. Everything happens for a reason, The dogs came into my life. At the time, too, for good behavior, I got an override to a level 3 yard. My mother and sister were put back on my visit list. They were taken off. I reunited with them. I met my fiance, an amazing woman. She's my backbone.
So how many years, let's talk about the fiance, baby. Let's go. But in a positive light.
Absolutely.
Prior to getting out, how long was she with you?
We became friends. We were actually friends in 2017.
Okay.
2017, 2018. We lost contact for a short amount of time, but we had a really close friendship. And then actually on January 11th of 2020 is when we decided to explore the possibility of a relationship.
And this is prior to you getting out?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, she was there throughout the COVID and super supportive of my change. Made it a point to make sure that I lived comfortable in there.
That helps out a lot, bro.
Yeah, for sure.
That's lovely.
Yeah.
And so being gone from having a sex life, bro, for all those years, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, do you lose the drive, bro? Or is the jack-off game impeccable and we got every fucking hood rat on the yard in my cell, you know what I mean?
No, the drive's not lost. It just, if you don't, if you haven't eaten a hamburger in 29 years, you're not. It's just like, okay, I haven't eaten a hamburger. There's no hamburgers available.
You're not missing out on nothing you can't have.
But if I get out and you take me to In-N-Out, like I'm gonna tear that hamburger up.
There we go, baby. There we go. We got nothing but animals in this bitch, dog. Hood stocks, I mean, one of a kind, dog. We one of a kind around this bitch, dog. You know what I mean? Face to face. We ain't Skyping fools with fucking this and that on from another fucking planet, dog. We get these dudes up and close, dog. Like, I can feel this dude's fucking vibration, and it's strong.
Hell yeah.
I could imagine when this dude was, in that prime of that lifestyle. He was a motherfucking problem, as he said.
Yeah.
He was a problem. Like, we got them dudes in the yards. We were like, yeah, that's the homie Goofy right there. Like, that boy's a problem right there. When motherfuckers talk about certain homies, they be like, that fool's a problem right there, dog. You know what I mean? Like, that motherfucker right there, like, that's the homie right there. You know what I mean? And when they emphasize homie, you know what I mean? You're like, all right, that's what's up, dog.
That's the homie.
Yeah, dog. Like, you know what it is, dog. And they'll be like, oh, yeah, I don't really talk to that guy. You know what I mean? Then it's like, huh. You know what I mean? But it's funny because, living in that type of environment of men, I mean, even men get catty. You know what I mean? Like, there's different, like, dudes. I mean, not everybody wakes up on the right side of the motherfucking bunk, dog. Let's be honest. You know what I mean? But that's another story, bro. This has been amazing, brother.
Thank you.
I love this, dog. We have gotten $342. I'm going to put this up one more time. We about to end this podcast. If you would like to donate, right? All cash is gonna go to the homie Brian, and we're gonna. K9, would you stop that shit, dog? God damn it! We need to get his ADHD medicine in here as quick as possible, dog. Boy got ants in his pants. Oh, we didn't do phone calls. You want to take a couple phone calls? Let's take a phone. Damn! Will somebody help me out right here, dog? Damn, dog. Let's take a couple phone calls,
Blame
dog.
it on K9.
God damn it, dog. I apologize, man. I would have done the platform dirty if I didn't do my bad, brother.
It's all good.
Damn, dog.
Stop thinking about peanut butter.
Him and the peanut butter and the dogs.
Can't wait to get home.
I just made that spread with peanut butter.
You know what? Small dogs are the best for the peanut butter jar, dog. Large dogs, they start eating your ass, you know what I mean? And it's just like, bro, you violated me now, bro.
I'm gonna keep my dogs away from you, dog.
I call it a peanut butter manwich. Oh, they're so good. Oh, shit. Hey, put that, hold on. Give him the mic, dog. Say that one more time. Give him the mic, dog. Hey, give Mohawk Matt the mic, dog. Say that one more time, dog. Hold on.
Peanut butter manwich is the business. I just had one the other day.
A peanut butter manwich, dog.
But hey, I can make it with, you put some peanut butter and some of those abuelita pieces of chocolate from the joint. Yeah. I can make mole in there like nobody's business, bro.
I believe you, dog, but I was talking about peanut butter between my fucking cachetes, dog.
I did not need to hear that, but we already have a history with German Shepherds. You know what I mean? Like, it just got super uncomfortable.
All right, I'm sorry, sir. You know what I mean? You're on a futon, fold it down, take a nap.
Go back to sleep now.
No, this fuck with you, dog. Love you, baby. That's the homie Mohawk right there. Oh, there we go. Phone calls, baby. Let's go. You're on Hood Stocks. Talk to us.
Hey, what's up, Lucky?
What up, homie?
Big shout out to you, K9, Lonely. Hey, Lonely, I think it's fucking amazing what you're talking about and shit, you putting the homies up, on a better light, like change their perspective. You did a lot of time, and I commend you for everything you said tonight. All three of you guys are buenas noches.
Buenas noches, homie.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Thank you.
Absolutely, dog. You're down! You're down!
Ah!
I just fuck with him. See if he's see how fresh he's out. You know what I mean?
Hey, you gotta go 3 blocks.
Phone's a cell phone. You're on Hood Stocks. Talk to us, baby.
What's up, man? This is just a Pepe, Holmes.
Fuck you, Pepe. What the fuck you want, Pepe? Nah, Pepe. You better not ask nothing stupid, you motherfucker. Now go ahead, Pepe. What's up, doggy?
Actually, a very interesting guest you have there. A very triste story. Unlike the other rapper you had that was
all he said was, "You feel me?" Like every 100 times. That guy was known.
That's right, Pepe.
Thank you, Pepe, for fucking.
I want to ask him a question about his family.
Yeah.
When were they waiting for him when you got out of the pinta? Were they like, or he just still talk to his relatives, like his cousins, uncles, mom, parents?
Yeah, my mom, my sister, my nephew, and my dog were waiting for me in the parking lot. Yeah, they were to pick me up. You feel me?
He hit you with the
You feel me?
Look, you got it.
The boy is too sharp, dog. Boy is too sharp, dog. I mean, who needs a carne asada chopped up right now, dog? You got a sharp knife right here, homie. You feel me? That boy is too ill for the motherfucking. You too hard for the yard, baby. That shit is hard, dog. Shit.
Well, that's good. Yeah, that one guest was like, "You feel me?" Type that. I thought I was gonna kill myself.
Pepe, bye. You're on Hoodstocks. Talk to us.
Hey, man, shout out to all y'all, bro. But I just want to say, bro, you should get Mr. Payaso from Seattle up on this motherfucker.
Okay. Yeah, dog, have him reach out to me, bro. Like, a lot of people say this shit, dog, and you know what, dog? Everybody knows if you on my Instagram, I put it out once in a while. Who do you want to see on the platform, bro? And people tag people. So if you get on my Instagram at Lucky Sun Zoo, bro, when I do that, you can tag them. And honestly, bro, I hit every single one of them motherfuckers like a fiend, dog. Like, you know what I mean?
Hit up your boy Ken.
Yeah, and I peep it out, and I'll be like, all right, this dude might sound interesting. And it doesn't matter about the numbers, bro. It matters about the content of what I see painted in front of me.
For sure. I know you give some good content.
Yeah, I don't care about numbers, baby.
All y'all know, buenas noches.
Buenas noches, my G. Thank you, brother. Yeah. It was blowing up left and right. A minute, still coming. We're at $342.97 and shit, dog. You know what I mean? I'm gonna come with this dude I'm gonna have him like $34.95. He'd be like, "Hey, dog, you owe me 2 cents, homie." You don't fuck with this dude right here. You're on Hoodstocks. Talk to us.
Hey, dog. How does a black hyena find out that she's pregnant?
I don't know, dog. She goes to Church's Chicken. What is it, dog? Tell me.
Where she pulls up a tampon and all the cotton is picked.
Yeah, come on, bro. That shit wasn't even funny, dog. Dog, that shit was horrible, bro. Straight up. And you don't call in with no racist jokes, dog. Unless it's the people of color on this channel, dog. You know what I mean? Then it's cool, even though we talk shit right here, right? You know what I mean? But don't be that dude, bro. Because I got your number now, bro.
Yeah.
Put him out and hate him on his fucking voicemail. Bro, this has been dope, dog. We're done with the callers. Thank you so much, brother.
Man, I thank you for this opportunity. Yeah. I really do.
Let me get this last one. It's from Kansas City.
Yeah.
And I just because I seen the state. Go ahead. You're on Hoodstocks. Last phone call.
Yo, what up? What up? This is a question for Brian. What type of music did you listen to, like, before you went to the Pinta? And then when you got out, like, how was that transformation? Because you've been in there for so long. I mean, that's crazy.
Yeah, my musical taste has evolved, but before I went in, Tupac, and when I got out, Tupac.
Hey, there we go, baby. Well, you know we're gonna play after the podcast. Tupac, homie.
Hell yeah.
Shit, say no more, dog. That's the biggest request we've ever gotten right here. All right, bro. Good question, dog. Good question. I mean, in the best food that you've had since you've been out.
Yes, that's what I wanted to ask.
My brother took us all out. My family, my mom, my sister, my friends, my fiance, my nephews. Adrian. We all went to Outback Steakhouse and the lobster. Like I never had lobster.
Surf and turf.
Damn.
And they, she's, what kind of steak? How do you like your steak? I look at my girl like, what? I don't even know what that means.
Like it's sexy.
Yeah, exactly. But medium well. So far, the steak and the lobster.
Bro, you're gonna have the hardest time, dog. And I'll say this right now, dog. You may have a hard time in maybe in a relationship, bro. You know what I mean? Real life coming out and shit, dog. Relationships are hard, dog. And there's a lot of elements that are put in front of you further and further as you get out. You got social media. So much shit is accessible and shit, dog. Yeah. And I think at this point in time in life, dog, I don't know the statistics of it, dog, but I believe relationships would possibly be on the down slope right? But relationships are so hard because there's so much temptation out there, and I'm not trying to fucking jinx your relationship, but then again, think about the female that's in a relationship with a man that's been down for 29 years. You know what I mean? Are you fully committed? Are you prepared for this caliber of an individual to be your ride or die, side to side type of dude, right? Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like that's got to be. But there's bigger things to worry about, bro. You know what I mean? And that's a lot of other things. I'm not downplaying the relationship. If you're in a relationship, you know what I mean? Because I don't know. I'm just, but you know what I mean? There's a lot of are you getting therapy, bro? How about that?
Yeah, there's a lot of therapy that's available in the transitional housing that I'm in. I continue to be a part of the Narcotics Anonymous Fellowship, and in terms of the relationship, I fell in love with my best friend. I'm at a stage in life where I know what I want in life, and this transition stage is extremely, the numbers are not good for relationships. It's difficult, but we're in an amazing place. She's an amazing person.
Yeah, and it seems like if a female was in a relationship with you, she can't be half-stepping, because a dude like you would say, hey, my word is bond, right? Like I don't talk this shit, I walk this shit. Well, right?
I'm coming out 29 years, in some of the worst penitentiaries in California, and I'll be the first to admit, she's the boss. You know what I mean? She's the boss. Clearly.
And that feels good to have a boss that you're in love with, opposed to a correctional officer. You're like, fuck you, bitch. Yeah. You know what I mean? Being the boss of your movement and shit like that. Yeah. So, that's got to be the greatest boss, somebody that you fell in love with, bro. Absolutely. And salute to you on that, brother.
Thank you.
And I wasn't trying to catch you up or slip you up. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I think it's a real thing, because there's dudes at this point in life like me, dog. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes love is hard, bro.
Absolutely.
Love is hard, especially if you ain't been taught it. Like, there's proper ways to love. There's proper ways to react to situations. You know what I mean? And I'll be the first one to admit, dog, to this day, dog, I don't have that shit not even 50% right, dog.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, dog, you don't ever stop evolving. You're a smart dude, so you're probably gonna fucking just blow past me, dog, and I'm gonna be like, hey, Lonely, what up, dog? You know what I mean? You pass me up on the love bus, dog. You know what I mean? Pick me up and teach me some things, bro. You read all them books, dog.
Yeah, it takes work, man. But we're committed, and we're moving through it together, and so far it's been really good.
Amen to that. Your last statement out of Hoodstock's podcast on this motherfucking magnificent day in fucking this dude's life, our life. Every day when we share a journey like this, dude, it is, bro, this is just the ultimate, bro, of Hoodstocks, bro. These type of stories, dog, is the level of Hoodstocks, dog. You know what I mean? This is bro, this message it's been powerful, bro, and it's important, bro. And kids are going to learn lessons from this. Thank you very much, brother.
Thank you very much.
This has been dope, dog. Yeah. Did I give you the last statement out here?
I just want to say, in telling my story, there was no attempt on my part to glorify anything. These are the stages that, and this is where it ends up. That's why I was trying to be honest and vulnerable and tell, I was miserable during those stages of my life.
Hell yeah.
And you hit a stage in your life where you realize, I've been dragging my family, I've been hurting people, and it's a miserable end. It ends in death. It ends in prison. It ends up you living in a box. So today, that's all I want to do. Put out positivity. I want to help people. I want to make amends in my life. I'm extremely grateful to Hoodstocks. I'm lucky. I appreciate you giving me this opportunity to share my story. K9 as well, man.
Thank you.
Love you, my
awesome
G.
dude.
Love you, dog. And anything we can do for you, bro.
Ditto.
Thank you, bro. This is a network. This is an outlet. We connect a lot of dots in the background. But we got the big dog, Caesar. We got Peps, OG Peps from Highland Park, Caesar, Watts, Mohawk, Matt. The motherfucking model, dog. Sexy motherfucker, dog. Look at him. Kiss him in his mouth right now, dog. You know what I mean? Shit, I'll end up with a face tattoo if I kiss him too long, dog. You know what I mean? You gotta watch out when you kiss Mohawk Matt, dog. You know what I mean? You'll be like, what the fuck? That's my first face tat. I kissed him too long. Love you guys. Thank you guys so much for your support. We are out of here. Yeah. Thank you, K9 too. Everybody give it for K9, baby. K9, yeah. First time. Yeah, hey, the guy spoke, you spoke. We put him in the middle, dog. You know what I mean? Tell us how you think, and we'll